Hey, what's up everybody? Chris Crone here. Welcome to Seven Figure Hustle. This is its initial debut and we are getting this coming at you today to really help you get your business launched. So pumped to have you guys here. We've got a lot to go through for our first session because the goal is to give you everything that you need to get you up and running right now. With that being said though, I want to share with you that I'm first joined by my brother, Nick Crone. And Josh, let's get the camera over here. So my brother Nick, that you guys met probably
How's it going, guys?
On the last live training. Nick is just an amazing superstar when it comes to the entire arena of generating leads. So grateful for the partnership and business we've been able to do over the years. So Nick's going to be helping you get your Facebook account set up. We're going to be teaching you what's important with the ads, how to get them up and going as we familiarize you with everything. I am also joined today by Trent. How we doing, brother?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Dude, glad to have you guys here. If you guys saw Trent here also on the live training, Trent, dude, your first 3 weeks, you kicked freaking trash, man.
It's been a lot of fun.
And have you been kicking trash since?
Yes, we had a minor setback on Friday, rebounded, doing even better than we were on Friday.
Dude, that's awesome. That's great. I'm pumped. So guys, Trent is just about to finish his 30 days on actually like finishing up his first challenge. The original goal was, could he spend a couple hours a day on a side hustle and essentially produce an extra $8,000 of income? And right now in the pipeline, you have exceeded that. You have more than that. And we're here today, guys, to really show you how to get up and going right now. So I've got Nick and I've got Trent here, and then collectively, we're going to make sure that we give you guys everything that you need to absolutely crush this. So welcome to the party. We are going to have a really good time, and that party gets started right now. So there's a couple of things that I want to cover today. I think that are going to be most important for really you getting started. I want to talk first just about the attitude of what we're doing here. You are embarking on a journey right now to become an entrepreneur. And you need to know that a lot of entrepreneurs fail because they don't have the right mindset. They don't have the right attitude. And I want you to have the mental fortitude to understand this very simple principle. In childhood, most of us decided that we were willing to try something 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, maybe 5 times before we fail and give up. You're going to literally be disappointed more than 5 times in the next 30 days on a journey of making a lot of money. And I just need you to understand that up front. What we're talking about here, I think is super easy, but it's only easy for me. It's only getting easier for Trent. It's only easy for my brother Nick because we've developed the mental fortitude to make that easy. So I'm going to tell you right now, I do not tolerate complaining. I don't tolerate whining. If you use this Facebook group and hop on there and whine in any way, I will just eject you, no questions asked. Because it's a privilege to be in an opportunity where we can all crush it together. That means that I need you to choose into a positive attitude, get pumped and excited, and find the most constructive way to ask for help, because you know what? You're gonna need help along the way. In fact, Trent, let me ask you, in your first, not even quite a month with this, how many times have you asked questions and asked for help that really ended up helping you?
We've sat down twice and had like serious conversations about it. Other than that, it's just a little question here and there, just with the time we spend with each other. But the feedback's always there, and the tweaks have been near perfect every time.
Yeah, and I want you guys to understand this. Like, Trent has done an amazing job with this, but frankly, as impressive his results are, we're giving you the shortcut to making your results significantly bigger. Just know that it starts with a positive mental attitude. PMA, super, very, very basic. So that's the first bit of advice that I have for you. The other thing that I want you to gear up for is that we are in the process of launching a leaderboard and big cash prizes, frankly, that we're going to be announcing on one of our bonus masterminds coming up this Thursday. And when you come there, it's so important that what we give you today, you implement today and have running today. Your leads need to be up and going today, because some of you are going to get a head start that on Thursday, when we announce the cash prize and the awards and the bonus time with me and Nick to actually take your business to a whole new level, in order for you to win that, you're going to need to rock out the next 90 days. In other words, yes, we want you to succeed. We want you to make a pile of money, and we're going to give you more money if you make the most money, which is kind of cool, right?
That's awesome.
That was Nick's idea yesterday. Loved that one. So super excited for all of this. Let me see if I have anything else here. Guys, we're good. This is going to be really great. So what's going to be happening is this training that we're doing today is the first of 4 trainings. This one is really to give you the total 50,000 foot view of everything, but enough to actually take action and get started to start making money. And then in the coming 3 trainings, we're going to be refining some of the more sensitive skills so that by the end of those 4 trainings, you're going to have everything that you need. You can absolutely crush this. All right, so a couple of things that I just kind of want to start with that I want you to be aware of. The world is changing dramatically. Everyone wants to be an entrepreneur. Gen Z, the up and coming rising generation, 94% of them in a recent study said they want to be entrepreneurs. They want flexibility. They want to control their own life. So let's just kind of talk briefly about what the goals of this are for you. My goals for you, for some of you, you just want some supplemental income, a couple extra grand a month. Some of you want to replace your job income. Some of you want to make 6 figures. Some of you want to make 7 figures, and we're going to share with you all the different things that it's going to take to be able to get there. This program right here is an introductory way to help you start making hopefully an extra several $1,000s a month. Some of you will do more with that, but I want you to understand that I have more serious masterminds and levels, more ads, more of everything for those of you as you get more serious. So for some of you, you're going to want to start making money, and you're going to want to set something aside to reinvest, because what we're going to do today is I'm going to be talking predominantly with Nick and with Trent about your 3 primary paid ads. We're going to show you how to set those up. But as you want to make more money, you're going to want to get more hustles up and going. For example, Trent,
yes,
you got rolling with 3 ads initially, but how many weeks away are you think from adding a 4th opportunity, a 5th hustle, a 6th hustle?
2 weeks,
a couple weeks away
or less.
And that's because you're getting the first ones locked in.
Correct.
And by the way, why would you want to add more hustles?
Make more money.
How much more money do you want to make?
I'm not putting a cap on it.
Okay, he's not putting a cap on it, but I am putting a minimum on it. I would love to see this man actually go all the way and in time run this business to be our first, because 7-figure hustle is brand new. I would love for Trent to be one of the first to actually clear 7 figures. I called it 7-figure hustle because we believe that's the potential of what we're talking about here. You're starting at an introductory level. So today it's, hey, first goal. Let's make my money back in the program with doing a couple of jobs, right? How cool is it to start a business and make all of your money back in such a short period of time? That's
fantastic.
That's pretty cool, right? But on top of that, then it's like, all right, let's start making a few thousand a month. But just know that if you get really committed and serious about this, there are higher levels of what we're offering here. In fact, Nick and I, check this out, dude. We have to date, between all the paid and free hustles, we've now created, I think, a combined almost 60 different proven ads. In general, we're talking about ads where you can produce a lead for less than $10.
Yep.
For producing a job over $1,000, which of course means a really healthy margin money for you to make. Dude, if someone were to literally hack, let's just say Trent here hacked 15 of 30 of the paid leads and he was working all 15 of them, what kind of money do you think he could be seeing from this?
Well, first off, I mean, luckily, Trent's building his business system. There are going to be thousands of leads coming in.
Yes.
Every week. It's going to be insane.
Right.
Which just results to more money.
Yeah. So, and my guess is some of these hustles independently have a 6-figure ability. So I think that if someone really gets 15 or 20 of these going, we're talking about someone that literally could be pulling in 7 figures. That's what we hope. What we're really doing in my heart behind all of this, and the whole reason why we created this is because, Trent, I saw you frankly in a state of just emotional uncertainty. Correct. And some suffering from you might lose your job. But you've been telling me this whole last year that frankly you've been looking for something better, something more for your family, and really making a change up and a switch up. And that's frankly what inspired me to say, hey dude, now's the time. Let's do something. And curious, are you glad that you've done it so far?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. What do you like when you look at your life a year from now? What do you hope it kind of looks like?
More financial security. And again, I'm not putting a cap on how much I'm going to make. If I put a cap on it, then I've limited myself to that.
Yeah, don't be very careful.
So there's no cap to how far I can go this. When you call this a 7-figure hustle, and I see 15, 20, 30 different things that can easily produce money. I mean, take 15, for example. If I could have 15 different things, just at a minimum, that produce $2,000 a month, making 30 grand a month.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And it's manageable outside of my full-time job.
Yeah.
So
flexibility, options. Guys, that's what the rising generation wants. So let me just share with you a little bit about this niche that we went into and a little bit more backstory on what Nick did here, which I think is so cool. Nick, your background, online marketer, basically selling stuff online, ordering stuff from China, selling it through, Amazon. And what was it like for you to actually start taking all of that expertise that people want so desperately? I mean, I refer to my brother Nick here as a unicorn. In the marketing world, the unicorn is the mythical creature you can never catch, but he's the one that knows how to do what he's doing and kills it. As in, hey, I figured out that I could apply this to a service in my area and within 6 weeks ratchet it up to making 10 grand in a week.
Well, there's no reason why you couldn't have a business system just like you would on e-commerce. You spend money, you sell products. Well, to sell one product, it's just as easy to sell one service.
Yeah.
Why sell a $50 item or a $100 item when you can sell $1,000 or $2,000 or a $10,000 item, right?
Yeah, and the reality is there's a lot of people trying to sell this for, and try to make dollars on a product like this. But when you move into services, home services, it's really strange. This is where we found disruption. You need to understand what the word disruption means. We are interrupting the way business is actually done. Most businesses with contractors, they usually spend a lot of money on traditional advertising, or they're out there just basically referral. So which means feast or famine. When they get a lot of referred business, then they can do a lot of work. When there's not a lot of work going on, then they starve, right? Feast and famine model totally changes if you could literally order the exact number of jobs that you want. And Trent, your buddy that is a successful roofing contractor, he's had people approaching him for years saying that they could generate online leads. No one's been able to hack it.
Correct.
And you come along saying, not, I think I can do this. It's, hey, I got these leads. Can you share some of the money with me? After he got his first 10 leads from you in that short span of time, what changed in his relationship and dialogue? What is he hoping will happen?
The first thing he said is, I'm not going to pay for your leads.
Yeah.
And I said, that's fine. I'm not asking you to. I'm asking you to pay me when you get a successful job.
Yeah.
I said, that's all I want. That was a hard concept for me because people have been approaching me for years about this.
Yeah.
I can generate more leads for you. It's going to cost you this and then a monthly fee for this. Now he's just this morning, he sent me a text. He goes, I'm expecting 10 to 12 leads from you this week. So no pressure, Nick. Because we have a system in place now.
Yeah.
The first week or two is a little, not iffy, but working out the bugs between the two of us. But now we have a system in place. And he's just feed it to me.
He's loving it.
Keep going.
What percentage of leads is he closing roughly right now?
He's about 70%.
70%. And on roofing leads, do you think you'll be able to deliver 10 or 12 this week?
Yeah, I've already got 2 this morning.
Oh, got it. Okay. Were you just telling me you also got a guy lighting you up on sod?
Yeah, right. Right before we went live. And this tells me I've got to do a little bit better on my follow-ups and how quickly I'm following up with people I've already contacted. Someone just sent me a text 2 minutes before we went live. He said, hey, I still need that sod installation, which tells me I'm not following up fast enough.
Gotta go faster, bro.
So as soon as we're done here, I've got a phone call to make and got to order some sod and get them on the books.
So you just got another job.
Just got another job
What's up,
while
dude?
sitting here.
Killer.
Guys, here's the cool thing about this. As we launch and do all this together, I want you to understand we're going to have celebrations and victory dances left and right. There's also going to be those disappointing moments of, oh, I thought on Friday you had 2 jobs canceled, but then you also got another job, right?
Correct.
That can happen. Or it's oh my gosh, I texted this person, I thought I was going to get it, and then I didn't. Or wait a second, Facebook shut my leads off for a day, and it took 3 days to get them turned back on again. You need to understand that all of those different things can happen. Murphy's Law, if it can happen, it's going to happen. What you get to control is how you feel about it. And the reason why I win no matter what, all day long, again and again, is because there's nothing that can happen that can get me down. At least not for long. I'm always going to get my back up again. So guys, understand that what we're doing is we're disrupting the home project industry. You're becoming a home project broker. That's what we're going to be teaching you today. And we're going to teach you exactly how this whole system works. We're going to be breaking it down. We're going to talk about simple ways to sell so you don't feel like you're selling. We're going to take you through the whole thing. And one of the cool things that Trent's doing is one of your 3 ads that we're going to be talking about today is sod installation. Trent literally just gave me this morning your exact language that you're going to text to each person. He's going to show you how to quote online, show you how simple it is, and then how you just have a basic text dialogue. How many of your jobs do you get through text versus actually calling and talking to a human being?
I'm probably only texting. I'm texting probably 50 to 60% of the time.
Okay.
It's when I send the invoice over to them.
That's when you're actually maybe having a conversation.
Yeah, having a conversation. I call them up. Hey, I just emailed this to you. This is for the deposit for the sod, for the delivery, and then the balance of the labor is due upon completion.
Yep.
And just having a 2 or 3 minute conversation with them so they can hear a voice that this isn't some person in another country just trying to take money from them. Just talk to them. It goes very smoothly.
Yeah. So guys, what we're talking about here is super simple, super basic. I need you, along the way, I'm going to give you some training and there's some things I need you to do, but a couple things I want you to know right out of the gate. You're going to have some questions today. And we've got all of our training outline that we're going to be giving you today. As you have questions, I want you to drop them in the chat bar. I've got Luke over here. Many of you know him. If you don't, you're going to love this guy. He's going to be the one on Facebook moderating, fielding questions. He's one of our go-to in-house experts that's been personally trained by Nick and I. He's super good at what he does. And so Luke's going to go ahead and field those questions. So we'll be doing some interaction throughout this as well. But frankly, I'm most concerned with making sure we give you everything that you need. We'll interject some questions, and then we'll do some major Q&A in the end and get you guys rocking. So with that being said, like where we need to go from here, I'm going to be dropping some gold nuggets along the way, and here's the first one. Trent, are you allowed to do fulfillment on any of these jobs?
No, that was when we started this, you were very specific, almost threatening.
Yeah.
Slightly threatening, I'll say.
I will threaten you right now. What was the threat?
I'm not allowed to do any of the fulfillment.
Yeah, guys, that means that even though you could lay sod, you're not allowed to. And I'm going to tell you why. How much time does it take for you to win a sod job?
Less than 10 minutes.
Less than 10 minutes. But if you did the sod job, how long would it take?
If I did the sub, depending on the job, anywhere from a half day to 2 days.
Guys, do you have a day or two to lose when it only takes 10 minutes? I get it. You'll save some money on the labor of someone like laying grass out on the ground. Please don't do that. Why? Because there's so much more money for you to make in selling the next job. You need to be intelligent and become a business owner, because 90 days from now, we want to show you how to actually do this intelligently enough that you can even have other people essentially like screening, finding jobs. That's where I'm getting Trent in the next 90 days.
So I had a job. I lost two. So after the webinar on Friday, I lost 2 jobs, but I picked one up that evening. This job that I picked up, labor is going to be about $600, but my takeaway profit is going to be about $400. I am completely fine giving someone else $600 so I can continue to work and do what I want to do, spend time with my family, and put $400 in my pocket, then spend a backbreaking day out installing sod.
Yeah, so guys, that's one of the first rules, right?
Yep.
You know, even Nick, you actually discovered this whole epoxy niche for our epoxy owners. Like,
ask me how many jobs I did.
How many jobs did you do?
1 job.
Which was?
The very first one.
Yes,
that's all you needed. And then someone else got trained, and then they did the rest.
Yeah, so guys, we're going to be giving you shortcuts here. Okay, so here's what I want to do. Let's get really clear on the 5 musts of business. And then we're going to screen sharing. We're going to show you how to actually organize, set up, and do this whole thing. The 5 musts of business. Number 1, let's talk margin. Margin is the money that you get to keep on a job. And let me kind of walk you through this for just a moment. Check this out. If I'm doing, for example, a sod job, and Trent, walk me through some realistic numbers here with sod. Let's say it's a big one. Let's just say that it's a quarter acre, right? How much might roughly a quarter acre of sod cost?
Well, you're putting me on the spot here. Let me calculate it really quick.
All right.
For the cost of the sod itself?
Sure.
About $3,600 with delivery.
Okay, so $3,600 is what the cost of sod is. How long would it take to actually install that much sod? Is this a 2-day job, a 1-day job, a half-day job?
That is 2 laborers, at probably a 7 or 8 hour day.
Okay, so it's 1 job, 1 day for 2 people.
Correct.
How much are you gonna pay them roughly each a day?
I'm paying $15 an hour if they work hard.
Okay, so that may be like $150 each, $120 each.
Let's see, 16, $480 between the 2 of them.
Okay, so there's $4,800 between the 2 of them.
480.
480. So right now, the total cost before you can make any money, sod and the labor combined is $4,080. Now, if you sold this job for $4,080, you would be the best bid in town, but you wouldn't make a single penny unless you did the labor, right? So
that's just the cost of the sod.
Yep.
The labor to install it would be another $2,000.
Okay, and what's this 480?
That's my cost to have it installed. So $2,000 for the labor is what I would charge for it.
Yes.
My cost is $480, so my takeaway is going to be $1,520.
So he's telling them that it's $2,000 for him to do the work. His cost is only $480. Now the total job here, if you add up $3,600 for the cost of sod and you add up $2,000 for labor, it's $5,600. But remember, his real cost is $4,080. So $5,600 minus $480 is how much? That's basically 15, 20.
15, 20.
So $1,520 is how much Trent stands to gain if someone has a 1/4 acre lot and he needs a 1/4 acre of grass.
Can I throw in a wrench there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Trent,
Yeah.
how many leads do you have to have before you close one? Is it 1 in 2, 1 in 4, 1 in 20?
With sod right now, it's probably 1 out of 8.
And your leads are cost, I know this because I'm running your ads,
Yeah.
less than $1. So
Leads are
his
less than
cost
$1.
per acquisition, this is important. His cost per acquisition is $8. So he's still at 1,500 and what is that?
And
$12.
So
That's still $1,500.
Now, here's what Nick just said. So in your area, maybe sod leads will be $3. But right now, I've seen it 90 cents. I've seen them at $1. Let's just say that they're $1 and it is 8 leads. And you're using a texting methodology. Are you getting in your car and now driving out to people and delivering estimates?
No.
You learn not to do that.
Quickly.
You're looking for the person that says, oh my gosh, someone who's fast, responsive, will text me, will call me. That's enough. I'm going to feel comfortable enough. It's a simple enough job.
Correct.
And so I want to ask 2 things. The first one is if you need to buy 8 leads to get a job. Now, each job won't make you 15, 20. We just some jobs are smaller.
Yeah.
Some are bigger. But if it took you 8 leads to get this job, Nick's right. If each lead is $1, that's $8. So there's a cost. Or we could say, let's just say that for these 8 leads, it's actually $7 a lead. What's 8 times 7? It's 56. By the way, would you pay $56 to make 1,000, 1,500?
Absolutely.
All day long.
Yeah, you would actually do that, right? So that's really what we're talking about here. But here's my other question. How much time does it take you to work 8 sod leads?
The initial working of them,
Yeah.
I can work 8 sod leads in under 2 minutes.
8 leads in under 2 minutes.
Correct.
But then if you have to go online, let's just say you text them and they say, you know what, I do want to bid. You're going to show us later how we can go online, Google Earth, and basically map out their yard.
Yep.
And how long does it take to do that?
So if it's 8 leads, it takes 2 minutes to contact them all. One of them contacts me back that I'm going to get the job. I'm putting another 6 or 7 minutes into it, tops.
Okay, so it literally could be 15 or 20 minutes of work.
At most.
At most. Now, you do have to take the time to line up the labor, make sure the job goes through, make sure that you get paid, that you pay your people. So you might have another hour.
In total, I would say an hour.
Okay. So if in 1 hour, and I want to ask you one more question. This was a fake example. What would you say right now with your sod jobs you're earning on average per sod deal?
On profit, $400 to $500.
Okay. Let's just say it's 400. If Trent is earning $400 a job, and it's about an hour total of work to do everything for that job, how much is Trent earning an hour? 1 hour, $400. Guys, this is what I've been telling you. Most companies are paying people $20 an hour, $10 an hour, $50 an hour, maybe $100 an hour. Maybe you're an executive of a company and you're a couple hundred an hour. Maybe you're a lawyer and you're $300 an hour. All of a sudden, you've elevated yourself to a game of leverage that changes the game, where it's all about arbitraging a small amount of time to make a lot of money. Now, Luke, you saw a question pop up here. Let's hear it.
Yeah, we've got Colin in the chat.
What's up, Colin? How you doing, buddy?
About hiring laborers. Are you hiring them? Are they from somewhere else? That kind of thing.
Yeah, so real quick, we're not going to answer that right now because at the end, we're going to talk about how do you outsource effectively? How do you hire out? And there's a rule. I've got 5 questions I have to answer to know if I actually want to hire someone. And I definitely want your perspective on it too.
Absolutely.
So Colin, super good question. At the end, we're totally going to get there for you, buddy.
Chris, a lot of people are also asking, these leads are just coming from the Facebook ads.
Correct.
Yeah, so just to make sure that we've got total clarity, today we're going to talk about in your document paid leads and free leads. A paid lead is what we're talking about, which is Nick has already spent, we spent an enormous amount of money, an enormous amount of time basically trying to hack these leads until we found the language and the pictures that would generate a really cheap lead for you. So that's called R&D. It's the most expensive part of any business. It stands for research and development. Nick has been spending months and he's had an unlimited budget to crack the code on going from like $100 lead to a $50 lead to a $10 lead, and then in most cases, under a $10 lead. Now, by the way, leads could be $20 or $30, and this is going to make sense all day long, But right now, it's Nick's genius and the genius of the team that lends itself to having these super inexpensive leads. So those are buying, you can put an order. Basically, Nick's going to show you how to set a budget once it's all set up and say, hey, I'm willing to spend $20 $10 a day on sod leads, and that might get you
10, 11, 12.
10 leads, right? You might have a decking lead and it's $8 a lead. And so you might say, well, I only want to spend $15 a day. You're probably going to get 2 leads a day.
You can control it.
Right? And then, if you did that and you got one decking job a week and you made $1,000 on it or $1,500 or $2,000 on it, that's what leads to this really positive arbitrage. So all of that to say this, here are my 5 rules of business. Number 1, margin. What is a good margin? Right now, most companies charge a 10% margin. Right now, we're kicking the trash out of those numbers and we're making way more than that. And it depends on the project. You're gonna have some projects where you just hand off and you're out, and I'm okay making less because I'm putting in way less time. There are other projects like sod that require you to find a company, give it to them, line up the job, do the handoff, all those different things. Now Trent's putting in an hour of time. Maybe Trent had to get in the car and talk to them for some reason, and maybe there's an extra hour. Now it's 2 hours. Oh, now I'm not making $400 an hour. Now I'm making $200 an hour. Either way, it's going to be a vast improvement to your financial situation for learning how to do that hustle. Okay, so margin is important. As we get specific on each one of these, we'll talk about what appropriate is. Because by the way, I want to show you something. Trent has decided that he's charging $1,000 per day per laborer, right? He's got an 8-hour job for 2 people for that full day. He's charging $2,000. You might say, you know what? I'm going to charge $3,000, and I'm going to win less jobs because the leads are so cheap, and I'm going to make more money. Because, by the way, for every person that's willing to take this price, maybe a third of those would take $1,000 higher. And by the way, that could be a strategy that you want to leverage. You might say, I'm actually going to burn more leads, and I'm going to get fewer jobs, but I'm going to make more money. Someone else says, you know what I do? I actually want to make a lot less per job, but do way more jobs, and I'm going to win in volume. I'm going to take Walmart's approach. Guys, ultimately, this is your business, and you're going to have to decide how to answer some of those questions. Our job is to get you going and put the opportunity in front of you and make it sick and awesome and amazing. And you're going to see that different people are going to have different philosophies. Frankly, Trent is only 3.5 weeks now into his initial experiment. And Trent doesn't know probably whether he wants to be the volume guy or whether he wants to be the more expensive guy. And this is just a part of the discovery process with how you want to tackle margin. However, with margin, understand this. If you do not put a good enough margin in there, then you don't have a margin of safety. The people that have the greatest safety have the biggest margins, which means make sure you take on a job that is worthwhile for you. Do not take on a job this size and say, well, if my hard cost on labor is $480 and my hard cost on sod is $3,600, and essentially I'm into this thing $4,100, I'm not going to charge $4,300 so I can make $200. I got to charge enough to make it worthwhile for me. Who gets to figure that out? Well, collectively, we're going to be sharing thoughts and ideas, and it'll be different from hustle to hustle, because deck is one of the kind of hustles. Home cleaning, we're going to talk about today, is another hustle. We're going to be talking about, obviously, sod. We're going to get you specific information on that. Okay, so that's what you need to know about margin. Number 2 is you need to have a source of endless leads. Here's what's endless about Facebook. You can just pay more money and get more leads. That is so cool. Remember, you also have your free lead types. And so with your free leads, you can basically take the ads and post them in classifieds, as we're going to show you. And you cannot predict how many responses that you'll get. But whatever you do get, you don't pay for. So there's a big benefit to that as well. Okay, number 3, you must be able to follow my rule of outsourcing. That means hire out the work, or else you will make the cardinal number 1 mistake of most business owners. 90% of business owners do their own fulfillment, which means they can only do 1/10 of the jobs than if they focus their time selling. We're calling that hustling. Number 4, we want your business to be simple. There's only, Trent, how much time did it take for you to learn everything you needed to learn about sod?
30 minutes.
Right? It's called Dr. Google. Google, what's sod? What kind of grass grows in my area, right? What's the price of it? Call a couple of vendors. It's what are you guys wholesaling your sod for? In your area, it will be different than what Trent gets it for probably by some small amount. You're gonna have to figure that out, right? And then number 5, you need to prepare yourself to become a business owner. And I want to make sure you understand what a business owner means. Every time I pick up something new, I will throw myself in the trench and do the work myself. Within 90 days, if it's working, I will never do it again. But I first have to know how to do it. So do I want you out the gate from day one? Do I want you to hire your 18-year-old son and say, son, you're now going to text respond to all of these people? Do I want you to do that right now?
No.
No, I want Trent to do it because I want you to understand that that initial text or phone call is how you make all of your money. It's not in the fulfillment. I want that minor burden to be on your shoulders for all of the money that you can make with this. Because if you suck at it, we need to figure out why and then fix it. And then we're going to learn from each other. Trent, like how many jobs did you win in your first week?
3.
3 jobs in your first week. How many did you win roughly in your second week?
A lot more. I don't remember the exact number.
But in your final week?
My final week, it just keeps going up.
It just keeps
going up.
And part of why it gets better and better and better is because you get better and better and better. You now, I guarantee you in 2 months, if you were to hand off the texting to someone else, you would know exactly, text it just this way, say it just this way, answer it just this way.
Correct.
You're still in your learning curve though of becoming the expert.
Absolutely.
So I want you guys to take ownership of the hustle. It is not a function of time, as you can tell from Trent here. We told all of you that it'd be good to be willing to put, Trent is on track for 6 figures, right? Significant and growing. And that's with him putting in 2 hours a day. You might have less time to put in. You might have more time to put in. So those are the 5 things that you need to know. With that, here's what I really want to do. I think we should jump in and get you familiarized with your membership portal. I've got Colton here. He's going to put that up on the screen for you guys. And we're actually going to show you your ads, exactly what they look like. We're also going to show you how to set up your Facebook account. And then, of course, Luke has any questions that you guys are asking right now. We're going to do big Q&A at the end. And then we're going to insert questions that are relevant to what we're covering right now. So with that being said, if you guys put your eyes up on the screen, Colton's going to go ahead and move us right now over to what we call your membership portal, right? So you got an email when you paid and signed up. Hopefully you've all logged in here. Now, disclaimer, Colton has access to every course I've ever created. So you're going to see a lot of extra buttons on the side. But what I want you to do is go ahead, Colton, and just go in first right here. It's called 7-Figure Hustle Pro. First of all, if you look at the gray boxes beneath, you're going to see at the very bottom, we have our essentials course, a gold level, a platinum level, a diamond level, an unlimited level. The reality is some of you are going to say, Chris, I want to make way more money. I need way more ads. I want way more resources. We'll talk about that later. Right now, I just want to get you making money. So in white on the screen, take a look at this. 7-Figure Hustle Business Owner. Go ahead and open that drawer, Colton. So first of all, we got the welcome. So let's just see what that looks like. So the welcome here basically just says, hey, this is what you bought. We gave you guys lifetime access. And this is your new digital course. And here's what you have access to. You've got 4 weeks of business secrets training. This is week 1. You've got your private group access through Facebook. By the way, 80% of you are currently on the Facebook group. The rest of you need to get added. You're going to want to be there every day, guys. That's where the hot stuff happens. It's a private group. We've already got Tucker yesterday who's like, I took the lead document and I went on Facebook and just figured out how to open my account. And I generated 6 leads yesterday. I'm like, yes, by the way, that is the definition of hustle. Shut up and hustle. Show me your results. Don't tell me your results. I love it. We also have the hustle guide. This is the liquid gold document that gives you all of Nick's hard work and effort in figuring out the exact ad language and pictures and everything. And then obviously all of you guys have 2 tickets to one of my next upcoming events. Right now it's plotted for August. It's called Ignite Your Business Genius. It is going to be an insane 4-day event for those of you to learn how to get into a 7-figure mindset so you can produce 7 figures. So that's what the membership portal looks like. It also says, hey, here's how you reach out to support if you have questions. Here's a phone number you can call if you ever get lost. Okay, let's go ahead and scroll back down, Colton, and take a look beyond the welcome. The next thing that we have there is 7-figure. Then we have the business owner training. So let's go ahead and open that up. That's probably what you guys use today to say, oh, look, this is what I clicked on to figure out how to get live with Chris for these first 4 weeks. And it's all right there. The link's right there. So by the way, if you want to know, hey, how do I join Chris next Monday? How do I join you the Monday after or for the 4th Monday? It's all right there. If it's already been shot, the link's already right there for you guys to now view it and review it and get it right now immediately.
And if they've already registered for one, it will keep they're already on track for all of them. And then once they're done, they'll be added as videos. here as
Perfect.
well.
Gotcha.
Awesome. Okay, scroll back down just a little bit lower, just making sure you all get this. Next, we have the 7-Figure Hustle private training group. Scroll to the top. Guys, this will take you right here to the Facebook group. So by the way, for just a moment, can we actually click over and just go to the Facebook group?
Yeah.
Let me just show you guys real quick what that looks like. All right, perfect. Okay, so we have 137 members. I know we were just going to open it up to 50. I told you guys our system got crazy overwhelmed. And so we created a cutoff for just 24 hours later. Those of you that are in, you're in, and you are the 30-day group that we are running with. Guys, Trent's killing it, but I want 100 more of you to be killing it in the next 30 days. So this is the page that you want to ask to join. Once you're approved and we look up that you actually have a bona fide account with us, go ahead and scroll down at some of the comments, Colton. We've got some of our announcements that are most important. Nick is going to be going live on a weekly basis, giving you guys more information. You're going to be able to, there you go. You're going to be able to see just what everyone else is saying, what they're experiencing, answers to questions. People will be sharing with you, oh my gosh, I found a new way to text this lead type and it was nuts what happened. Those are all the things that are going to be happening here that are just so amazing, and that's why I'm really excited for you guys. So this Facebook page, I'm going to tell you guys right now that we do have rules on how we moderate this page. We do not tolerate negativity, so I just want you to be aware of that. Like if someone is whining and complaining, we just eject you. It's a privilege to have that bonus. And you know what? I'm not really worried about it. I know so many of you already. You guys are winners. You are here to show up and hustle and freaking kill it. I'm so pumped for you. Also, one of my other rules here is that we don't do any poaching. That means we are not sharing business opportunities with this group. Guys, this page is only to help you grow your business and learn how to do it effectively as possible. That's the bottom line with this Facebook group. So please make sure that you use it responsibly. All right, let's go back over to the membership portal, just show you a couple of last things to make sure that you totally get it. Then we'll be setting up your account. Scroll to the bottom. And next, you're going to see that you have your Hustle guidebook. And before we go there, the last one is your event tickets and how to register. Come live and spend those 2 days. It's a brand new event, Ignite Your Business Genius. If you've been to one of my previous events, you're going to love this. It's all about producing active income. And these events, guys, they are life-changing. Everyone walks away from the event doing way more in their business than they ever did because we correct the thinking. It is our mindset that leads to everything that we want. But here's where we're going to spend some time. Guys, let's go to the real document, the magic that makes this whole thing possible. This is your Hustle guidebook. And guys, this is not to be shared with anyone else. This is 1,000,000% confidential. Please help keep it protected. We've got it online because we're constantly adding and updating language just like we did 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
So go ahead and click on that document. I want to walk you guys through exactly what you're looking at.
So it's right here. It'll take them here.
Okay.
Perfect.
So when you click that link, here's what it looks like. 7-Figure Hustle Pro, 3 paid and 10 free hustles. This is a live document. You guys do not have editing access. You've got viewership access. There's a little introduction on what we're doing and why it works. We're going to talk about the home project niche. We're going to talk about paid and free hustles. Read this stuff. But scroll down a little bit further. And here we go. Here's your 3 paid hustles. Here's paid hustle number 1. It's called house cleaning. So let me just read this. Let's get some reoccurring revenue. This is an amazing service that almost anyone can get into super easy. The ad offers 1 month of free house cleaning. The catch, sell a 12-month contract for the service to happen at regular intervals. Generate cheap leads, then get on the phone with the customer and let them know you're looking to provide long-term cleaning solutions to simplify their lives. It's important to look at the average lifespan of a customer or lifetime value. If the average customer is at 6 hours a month of cleaning and you're charging 180, or in other words, $30 an hour. So someone says, wow, I want you to come twice a month and clean my house for 3 hours each time. And you're charging 30 an hour, they're paying you $180 a month. So the lifetime value of that is 180 times 11 months, because there's a free one in there. That's $2,000. It's $1,980. If you can close one contract for under $100, then this is going to be an amazing business. Because check this out. You can charge, depending on where you live, $30 to $45 an hour and we'll just take the low average of $30. However, if you charge someone $10 to $15 an hour that's good at cleaning, then let's just say you're even making 12, let's say you're charging 12 an hour but charging 30, guys, that's a 60% margin before you just take your ad spend into account. And a lot of these things, the other people have to supply their cleaning supplies. Or maybe you do. Bottom line is it doesn't affect things much. That is a 50% margin. You can basically make $90 a month. Now imagine if you just said, you know what? I just want to hire like 6 full-time cleaning people that I only pay contractually when they do work, and I want to get 100 houses that I'm cleaning. What's 100 houses and making $90 a month? Who's got a calculator?
9,000.
It's $9,000. So by the way, now you're making $9,000 a month, and it's residual, and it just builds. And then you're like, you know what? I did a good job on that. So now I'm going to move on to my next hustle. But let's scroll down. Let's take a look at the actual ad. So this is what it looks like. This version of the ad, it's this exact picture, and it's this exact language. So it's not many words. There's a free voucher. And if you actually were to click that link right there, it would give you the actual photo in high resolution. And Nick's going to show us how to set up a Facebook account here with Colton. And when you do, they're going to ask you for who you're targeting, age and gender, location and placement. And Nick is giving you the exact information you plug into Facebook. And if you have the picture, if you have the language, and if you put in those 3 demographic targets, your leads will be up and going. And you should be able to do those at what cost? Scroll down a little bit more. Check this out. Nick ran a campaign just a few weeks ago, got 34 leads at an average of $4.59. So by the way, if you get 5 of these leads to close one of them, you're basically paying $25 for making 90 a month, every single month. And a lot of these people will stay clients for years if you do a good job. So yes, you got to do a good job. Yes, you got to hire the people. We'll talk about that at the end. But that's what this first ad looks like. Let's go to the next one. Number 2, deck jobs. Guys, we threw this one in here because this is an A+ prime opportunity for making high margin or a lot of money per job. What is a deck opportunity? Well, basically, people want decks replaced. Trent, do you remember when you got that deck lead and the guy's like, I got a deck, I just want to replace it all with Trex?
Correct.
He sent you pictures.
Sent me pictures.
So what you do here is someone basically says they want a deck, and as long as you've lined up a great contractor that can do these decks, and guys, here's the cool thing. You could sell the job today, and then it might be 4 or 5 weeks later before the guy can actually build the deck. But guess what? You could make, look at the bid range. You're going to see decks for $2,000. You're going to see decks for $10,000. Your average deck bid will probably be around $5,200. Scroll down. Contract labor, approximately $1,600. Materials, $2,200. So if the average cost is to you to actually do the deck is $3,800, then your average margin would be $1,400 in profit on a single job. You crank up the leads, you're doing 2 of these jobs a week, you're now making $2,800 a week. So this one alone, you could say, you know, Chris, I've lined up 4 people that I trust with decks. I basically am going to hustle generating the leads, having good conversations, make sure we get the right bid, hand those off, boom. Now, how you do all that, we're going to talk about. But let's just talk about the actual ad that Nick is getting and what the price of that ad is. So scroll down just a little bit further, Colton. And here's what you see. That exact cut and paste language with that image is variation 1. Scroll down. There's a second variation because we found another picture that worked really, really well. Here's the actual language that you cut and paste. Scroll down.
Paste, baby.
You guys, it's cut and paste. Cut and paste. Follow. There's the actual link to the images. And then when you do the Facebook targeting, there's the exact age and gender. You're looking for targeting 18 plus, both genders, male, female. Location, you're targeting areas you're interested in doing jobs in, either by city or zip code. And placement is going to be newsfeed only, right? Nick has tested all of these things. With that, look at the results. 89 leads. Do you see that in the bottom? At $6.40 a result. Nick had a $30 a day budget. That meant that he was getting approximately 5 a day. And what are we showing here? Again, it's a project where you can make well over $1,000 of profit for under $10 a lead.
Can I just mention, it does say 2.0 on there for a reason. That's because there was a 1.0 and a 1.5.
Yeah.
And now we're at a 2.0.
Yes. Now,
There's lots of testing going on.
Yep.
Now there's something happening that I want you guys to be very aware of. we are now going to get a ton of you running with this lead type, and you're going to start learning things, and we're going to share with each other. You're going to learn what to text people that will help generate the job. You're going to learn about margins. You're going to learn about how to find and hire the right kind of people. As we learn, guess what will happen? Our ads will improve. We'll find better language. We'll find better images. And you will always be abreast of that. So that's why you want to stay live in the Facebook group. And that's why you also want to upgrade to the higher level programs to access more leads when you want to expand your hustle into more hustles to make more money. This is a great one. And for some of you, this is going to be liquid gold. We got a question here. Go ahead, Luke.
I've got one for Nick from Joseph. He wants to know, is he advertising with his personal account or a business account?
So we're going to go through and actually set up a business manager, which will allow you to create an ads account via your business.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, Colton, let's go ahead and scroll down a little further here now. Let's go to our final paid ad. This is SOD. This is one that every one of you should set up today. I'm giving you the freaking A to Z on this. Luke over here, you're killing it on SOD, bro.
Rock, actually.
Oh, you're killing it on rock. Dirt, sod, landscaping.
I haven't done the sod.
Guys, we've got over 60 of these that we're killing it on right now. The reality, it doesn't benefit you to give you everything. We're giving you 3 that we know that you can do really well with. The cool thing with sod is it is about as dumb a rocks kind of business. When I call this a stupid business, it's like, well, sounds like you want me to have someone unroll some sod like carpet on your rocks and dirt, right? Cool. This is the price. Like, guys, this is not rocket science, okay? Hopefully none of you are getting stressed out like, oh my gosh, what do I have to learn? It's grass, right? It's very simple. So here's sod. Check it out. Average charge. So scroll down, Colton. The bid range is between 1,000 and 8,000. Average bid will be around 2,200. Contractor labor 300. Materials 1,300. Average cost 1,600. Average margin 600. $600 in profit from doing a simple job is super solid, especially with a buck a lead or in your area. Even if it's $5 a lead, doesn't matter. Crank it up and start crushing it. Let's look at the actual ad. How are we doing this? Well, you guys could test and blow money. Instead, that picture and those words is what it takes. Notice that most of these ads give something for free. That's how we get the click. $250 voucher for free. So scroll down. You're going to see the actual language. You're going to see the actual link to the photo, the age, gender on that one, the placement, the location, 43 at 90 cents, 38 bucks and 88 pennies for generating 43 leads. That is just stupid. STUPID, talk about simple. And guys, this is just a stupid moneymaker, spring, summer, fall. Now, by the way, you think you're going to be doing sod in the winter? Nope. Some of you are going to be crushing it at certain seasons. And then guess what winter can become for many of you? Playtime. It's always playtime for me. Is this my water?
Yep.
Is that yours? Okay, cool. Let's scroll down just a little further, just a couple more things to show you in this document. Here are your 10 free hustles. Today's training will not go through the 10 free hustles. We will do that on another training, but you can read through these and you'll see a bunch of other, we're going to give you 10 more free things that you guys can post, get free ads on and do the exact same thing. Tons of value here. Scroll down. We're going to scroll to the bottom of that list, Colton. There's 2 more things that I want to show you today that will be super interesting for you. When we get right past number 10, we're almost there. All right. First of all, guys, I hope you recognize the liquid gold that you purchased. This stuff is so cool. Nick did upload the mechanics of uploading an ad on Facebook. Because we're going to show you live, we're not going to go through this section. I just wanted to show you that it's in here. So if we just briefly scroll through that, you can see a little bit of a cut and paste of how you set up an account. Go ahead and scroll down a little bit further.
And then each coming Wednesday, we're going to be doing live trainings. We'll do actual screen shares. You can hop on the Zoom. We'll show you specifically how to do all of these trainings live in person. So it's not going to be as challenging as it looks. There is some technical pieces here. The business manager is not super user friendly. It's okay. We will literally do it with you. It's going to be awesome.
And then at the very end, there's one more thing that I want to show you. So get to the bottom of that document. Nick, thanks for putting that in there.
Every single page.
At the very bottom of the document.
One more.
Actually, it's still reconnecting. Guys, at the very bottom, we just uploaded something today. Trent gave us the exact texting language for SOD. He gave us the exact website for how you do a bid. And Trent, real quick, let's just like steal our own thunder.
Okay.
How important is it to get to a lead fast?
It's incredibly important.
Like if you decide, I'm going to call yesterday's leads today. Good idea or bad idea?
It's a bad idea.
If I were to say, hey, I'm going to drive out to give that person a bid. Good idea or bad idea?
That's a terrible idea.
Okay, thank you. And then if I were to also say, hey, you know what? Let me get you a bid in the next 3 days. Good idea or bad idea?
Terrible idea.
Okay, so are you telling me that you try to get to the lead as soon as possible?
As fast as I can.
And then how quickly do you try to give them a bid?
While I'm texting them.
So literally while you're texting, you're doing the bid.
Yeah, let me break it down for you. Can I break it down really quick?
Well, we're gonna get here in just a moment.
Okay, go for
I
it.
just want you guys to know that at the bottom of this document is where you're gonna find that. But here, switch the camera back on, guys. We're gonna get back to this in just a little bit. I'm just gonna pause and kind of just connect with you, take a breath on where we're at. I know we're covering a lot. You guys are doing a really good job. Right now, we're about 50 minutes into this training, and we've got a couple more things that we're going to be covering. Let me just kind of tell you where we're headed next. And then I know we've got, perfect. We've got Luke that is super aggressively answering questions and polling questions for when we get to them. Here's where we're about to go. We are now literally going to show you how to set up your Facebook account. After that, I'm going to teach you the 3 rules of the hustle. We're going to teach you how to sell without selling. We're going to teach you how to outsource. And then we're going to give you some homework, open up for Q&A. You need to turn on your SOD ads and the others today, because some of you are going to be confident enough to actually win jobs by Thursday, which is important because Thursdays, mastermind at noon Mountain Time with Nick and I, guys. This is a game changer. Nick and I are dedicating 90 minutes to teach you how to do this at a 7-figure level. That's the training for Thursday. That's a bonus mastermind for you. Our mastermind is reserved for our highest level clients that have access to all of our leads and are playing lifetime with us, that are basically saying, screw work. I'm here to make a lot of money so that I can start living my life on purpose. And I told Trent, I said, Trent, you're a buddy of mine, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I travel all the time. I need to say, hey, Trent, I need you to blow 30 grand on a hunting trip with me. Trent, I want you to blow 50 grand, go to the Olympics with me. Like, I love it when my friends travel with me.
Yes.
And so I want my buddies to have discretionary income so that we can actually go and play, not on a chintzy, dude. I was there, guys. I was there when I was deeply in debt and trying to freaking live off of $400 a month. I was there when I could open my wingspan and touch both walls of my kitchen. I was there when I lived in a 1-bedroom, crazy basement, hole in the ground apartment. And I know what broke feels like. I also know what broken feels like. And no amount of money will ever actually fill your heart and satisfy you. But I'll tell you that what we're doing is we're creating mental abundance here in the heart. That's why you come to the event. And then we're creating the financial abundance. And you put the two of them together. And the goal is for you to say at the end of your life, I lived. I didn't wonder what it would have been like to have so many of these amazing opportunities. I developed the money to be able to actually do that. And your time is now. So I do not care. I want you to get this right now. I don't care how much disappointment you experience in the next 30 days. I experience only 1,000 disappointments a month, except I don't feel the disappointment. That's the mental fortitude that I've created. Actually, Trent was actually poking fun at me. Trent was with me with a couple of friends. We were hanging out on the weekend, and I took my brand new $45,000 Can-Am, and we were aggressively driving it up the mountain. And this weekend, I rolled it going into a donut, and we're in our 4-point harnesses, and it rolls sideways, upside down, and we're all hanging there upside down. Our faces are turning purple. I'm like, hey, is everyone okay? And then we were freaking laughing. That was such a fun, everyone was safe. We were okay. But we had so much fun and memory making. Do you have a pic? Oh yeah, check this out.
It's my wife posing.
That's his wife posing.
Posing in the wheel well.
Yeah.
That's the power of discretionary income.
Yeah, that's the power of discretionary income, or the idiocy of it. You choose. But the point is guys, I am so committed. I want you to feel this. I am so committed with the people here of doing whatever it takes to help you succeed in this. And the best thing I can do today is twofold. Number one, give you everything here so that you can go and just go. Don't wait to understand, just go. I don't want you to line up who's gonna do your sod. Sell the sod. They're backed up a month with this, still growing it on the farm. Sell. I'm gonna show you how to do that. Number one is the tools to actually do it. But number two, I'm gonna say it for the 3rd time, and I'm saying it because it's important. You're trained to be mentally weak. You're trained to get frustrated. When I flipped the truck, did I get pissed?
No.
It's brand new. Did I get upset?
You made sure everyone was okay, and then you started laughing.
Dude, guys, we had a great time. Guys, I want you to get this thing. It's like what you can control is your attitude. I want you to decide that there is no disappointment, that there is no bad. It's all learning. We are putting something super powerful in front of you. And I think that's one of the most important takeaways for you today is not just the technical, how do I do this? I need you to get that the only thing that can fail you, guys, the leads aren't going to fail you. What's going to fail you is your energy and your attitude. So just decide right now that you've been waiting for your 6-figure shot. You've been waiting for your big move. You've been waiting for like that moment in life when you were going to finally financially elevate that was going to open up the way for you to get your goals and dreams. You need to know that you just embarked on that journey. Like you're here. And no, these 3 ads, could they make you 6 figures? Yes. Some of you are only going to make 2 or 3 grand. Some of you are going to turn this into a freaking like beast of an opportunity. And most of you are going to come back and say, Chris, those 3 ads were so good. And I especially loved one of the 3 of them or 2 of them. I need more. I want more. And I want you to know that you can get in contact with our team, come back, and you can get access to all of, because Trent, for example, he's here as one of our premier business owners. And we've got about 15 of our premier business owners that are here in this group, and they have access to everything. Guys, it's the biggest unfair advantage on the planet, but you don't need that right now. What you need is to get started with what we've given you right here so you can freaking crush it. Now, for my A+ epoxy owners, etc., I do have some bonuses and some things that we're going to talk about, roofing script and whatnot that I'm going to give you that comes with your program so that you can get moving fast. Trent was nice enough to supply that as well. But guys, with that, I'm going to probably even do it one more time during today's training because I need you to get that being freaking excited, controlling your energy, being in a peak state, being pumped about this is what contributes to making the most money. Good energy produces good results. Low energy perceives and produces problems. So just choose right now that, hey, I'm in the learning curve and I'm not, make this commitment right now. I want you to write it down. I want you to write down that you are not going to be frustrated during your learning curve. Did you have frustrating moments, honestly?
I did.
Yeah. And if you were to dwell too long in the frustration, what might happen?
I'd just give up on it.
That's when you give up and that's when you get turned off. But by the way, each time you got over it, and after just sitting down with me for 2 times and some basic texts to get you some help, you guys have way more tools. But with what you got, like when you realize after 3 weeks that you're on track for $8,000+ of income, how did that really feel?
It was kind of surreal when I added it up. I know I've got multiple jobs happening in a couple different
It's
industries.
crazy.
And I started to add it up because you said, hey, Trent, where are you at with everything? I'm like, that's a really good question. Where am I at?
Yeah.
So I added it up.
Did it surprise you?
Yeah, and I told my wife, I said, hey, honey, come here. You got to see this. Because my wife understood some of the frustration I was having in kind of just hacking this and figuring it out at certain points. Again, you guys do have way more tools than I've had access to, like no joke. So I show it to my wife and she goes, you know, you're terrible at math, right? I said, yeah, but I did it 3 times. This is literally where we stand in jobs. She just patted me on the head, which she doesn't do very often, and she goes, okay, get back to work.
Well, dude, when I asked you, hey, based on the leads you haven't worked yet, what do you think could happen in the next 30 days? You added to that 8 grand another 18,000 of possibility.
Correct.
And so, guys, I'm gonna go out of order for just a second to say this is called 7-figure hustle with an emphasis on the H word. Nick, what does freaking hustle mean to you?
Hustle means you got to get in there every day and never give up. And you can't wait around. You just keep going.
How many entrepreneurs do you know that just because they lack the hustle, they just can't seem to figure it out?
I'd say the majority, 1, 2, 5 failures and they give up.
So guys, we're going to give you the hustle rules. We're going to show you how to hustle because, by the way, when Nick works a lead, when I work a lead, it's amazing. We get these results and other people are like, wow, it's weird. I just can't get the leads to convert. Some of you are going to find that. And I'm going to share with you the rules so that doesn't happen to you. But I just got to tell you, attitude is everything. If you get frustrated and give into the energy, you'll lose your drive and motivation. And guess what you need when the going gets tough? Drive and motivation, which is why I do not allow bad to occur. Even if I roll my brand new $45,000 Can-Am, I'm going to laugh. I'm going to chalk it up as a life experience. And then we're going to get going and have more fun. And it's just a great way to live life. Okay, with that, let's set up Facebook accounts. Should we do it?
Let's do it, man.
Guys, you're going to want to follow along. By the end of the day, you need your Facebook account set up. Colton, we're going to be setting up yours. So guys, we're going to share Colton's screen. Literally all he has.
He's a first timer too.
He's a first timer.
This is going to be fantastic.
He's got a Facebook page, right? If you've got a Facebook page, he's going to show you exactly how to set this up. So
Okay.
as we find our spot here, this is Colton's personal Facebook account, and Nick's gonna walk
Okay.
through exactly how you do this. Plug and play.
So we're gonna take this baby steps. This is not the easiest thing right out the gate. So the very first thing that you need to do is go to business.facebook.com. You're going to click. Now you've already done this, Colton, so you don't need to do this right.
Yeah,
It'll redirect here. So
business.facebook.com.
business.facebook.com, and you're only going to need to go there once. It's going. If you're already logged into Facebook, it's going to take you to this screen right here. If this is your first time with Facebook ads, it's going to ask you 2 or 3 questions. It's a simple wizard, right? And you're going to follow step by step.
And a wizard means they're going to find out if they're a real human being.
It's going to tell them if they have magical abilities or not. Okay.
Okay.
But there's 2 or 3 things. What's your name? What's your business manager called? Done. Right? It's as easy
And
as
what is
that.
the business manager called?
A business manager.
Okay.
So this screen that we're looking at right here, this is the business manager, okay? And as soon as you log in, this is what you got. So Colton, we're ready to do this. Let's go ahead and make our Facebook page first. One of the questions that I saw come through was, do I need a different Facebook page for every single hustle? You can if you want. For my deck ads, I had a Facebook page called Decks for Utah Valley. Wow, cool, right? There's another ad that says Apex Services. That's kind of a catch-all.
And a catch-all is great because you can set up a page, right? And then put everything under it.
It's best just to create one page, come up with a brand that you like, and then to make it a catch-all. It can be anything. So Colton, what we're going to do is we're going to first go to that next tab over. It says Suggested Pages, just right next to the one you have open. So what we're going to do is you're going to go to facebook.com/pages. Okay, this is the first thing you do.
And by the way, they have to run ads. You have to have a Facebook page.
If you want it in the Facebook newsfeed.
Should they develop a simple catch-all, or should they develop a page per product?
The easiest thing is just a catch-all.
Okay.
So we're going to do that right now.
And by the way, a catch-all just means make up a name that someone else hasn't done yet. You came
Sure.
up with Apex Services.
We made it up.
You could do Blue Mountain Projects.
Wow, that sounds sophisticated. I like that.
Blue Mountain Projects.
Okay, someone called dibs. So Colton, we're going to have you
Someone just
click,
took that.
right? Create page in the top right corner.
The green button, create page.
And we're just going to go do this. There's no cost. We're going to create a brand, a business or a brand on the left-hand side.
So that's what we're going to click on, get started, business or brand.
And just let everybody know this is all recorded.
This is all recorded.
Step by
So
step.
you can go step by step after this. The page name, let's do, what did you call it? Blue Ridge
I called it Blue Mountain
Services.
Rocky Mountain Projects
Projects.
or Services. What?
Yeah, I like the services sound.
There you go. Rocky Mountain
However
Services.
you feel. Now,
Sounds freaking legit.
now the category,
By the way, here's how I did it.
Incorporate.
Ask where you live. What is like the most dominant geographical thing? Is it a mountain? Is it a valley?
It's
Is
a
it
grass.
a river? Let's say you live by
Great
Green
Lakes.
River, then call it Green River Services.
there you
Right?
go.
Great Lakes.
Now type in contractor for the category. Boom.
You said this
Easy.
was going to be hard. It seems pretty
It's very easy.
Take a
Now
break.
Yeah.
go ahead and type in an address. It doesn't matter. And then you're
Is
going
this your address, Colton? Is that what you should put in?
Everyone pay attention.
yeah, this is where you send fan mail. And
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
you're putting in my business address.
I'm here more than I'm at my own house, so.
Zip code 8460.
It works here.
and then we're going to click Don't Show My Address.
So by the way, phone number is optional. Don't put one.
It doesn't matter. You can
Alright.
put one if you
Don't
like.
show my address.
Click Continue. Okay, now we're going to go through a couple steps. We're going to skip these next few steps. And basically, it's going to ask for a logo, a cover photo. So it's asking for a profile picture. You can add this at any time. We'll do this on a live training as well. But if you, here's the thing that people get caught up on. Do I need a business before I start?
No, please do not set up an LLC. No, do not create a logo. No.
Do I
Make
need-
money
yeah,
first.
exactly.
Just post an ad and sell a job. And you're like, but Chris, who's gonna install the sod? I said, I don't care. Sell the job. Listen, hustle means make it happen, get a job done. I promise you will find a contractor.
Exactly.
I want you guys, I just gotta, because I want to hit
Just
them
go
2
for it,
times
man.
between the eyes because I love you. I guys want you to hear right now my 3 hustle rules. Rule number 1 is the 3-minute rule. When you get a lead, you text it. and we're going to tell you what to text the Sod lead. Okay, rule number 2 is called the 10-minute rule. In the first 10 minutes, call the person. And the 24-hour rule is 5 outreaches, text or calls within the first 24 hours. You're trying to get this person to buy from you or hate you. And all you got to do is freaking connect.
It's one or the other.
The number one way that people screw themselves over is because they're like, oh, hustle means like people's feelings. Like maybe I should I don't know, it's 10 p.m. Trent was like, what can I do at 10 p.m.? Text them at 10 p.m. If the lead came in at 10 p.m., that means that they care about Sod when? At 10 p.m., what should you do at 10 p.m.? Hustle, freaking text that person right now. Now, listen, there's a lot of energy right now because part of this is I'm sharing with you how to win. We will give you the exact language for texting Sod. I don't know what it is for Dex, but we'll modify, right? We're going to give you the exact language for Sod. We're going to tell you exactly how to do a bid, and I'm going to teach you 3 rules. The 3-minute rule is you get a lead, you text it. You have a lead for 10 minutes, you call it. You have a lead, and by the way, that's like if they're responding through text, we're good. Average response on text is 3 minutes. But if 10 minutes goes by, I'm going to say, hey, my name is Chris Crum with Blue Ridge Rocky Mountain Oysters. And I'm here to provide for you, here to talk Sod. Did you see my text? Oh, I'm going to get you a bid. Will you start texting with me? That's what hustle means. So the 3-minute rule is text, 10-minute rule is talk, the 24-hour rule is try 5 times. And then guess what you do the next day? 5 more contacts. And guess what? Guys, you're paying for the lead. Work the lead. So some of you might have an average of 38 minutes to respond to someone. You'll still make a ton of money. Some of you might have like 3 hours. You're going to make less money. Some of you have a day. You're screwed. There we go. Right? So the leads are hot, and then they have a cool off period of time. If someone says, I don't know, if I'm like, dude, I want rocks, and I want my rocks. Guys, we live in an instant gratification society. So guess what? Handyman, responsible or irresponsible? Irresponsible. Do you think they're fast to respond or slow to respond? Slow. Do you think they're going to get you a bid right now or in 20 days? 20 days.
Or never.
How do you be different? You submit an ad, I text you. I'm already trying to text you a freaking bid. And that's how you'll win. You'll win just by speed, wicked fast. It's how I do it in real estate too. All right, listen, go back to the Facebook setup thing. There's a rant moment.
You got a rant, and we do got a question, and feel free to pull up the screen share while I'm going through this. In order to advertise in the newsfeed, you have to have a Facebook page. You can set up a Facebook page and not have a business manager, and that's okay. Setting up a business manager is probably the best way. It's not going to go out of fashion anytime soon. They're not going to remove the business manager. It's here to stay. So go ahead and create your business manager as well. And we'll do that here in a second. But right now, what we're going to ask Colton to do is we're going to skip the profile picture. You can figure that piece out. Make a logo, go to canva.com. You can drag and drop picture.
canva.com. Canva. Guys,
And drop that.
guys, now I want you to listen real quick. If you go to canva.com or if you use freaking PowerPoint and screenshot,
It'll work.
I do not want your logo to look good.
We don't care about that.
If you're putting energy into hiring someone or finding a graphic designer, I'm going to throttle you. I'm going to reach my hands. I do not want you to do, it doesn't matter. Your conversions will not increase. Get a freaking name for a banner. If it's Blue Mountain Services, then take a picture of your Blue Mountains that's professional, online, and free, and just put it up there, and there will be the name, Blue Mountain Services.
Yep.
Guys, please listen. I don't care what your logo and I don't care what your banner looks like. Just have something.
Okay, let's keep going for the sake of time because we haven't even scratched anything. We're going to skip the cover photo, do the same thing, go to Canva, make a quick thing. We're going to not now on the button. And again, these things change.
That's for calendaring, right?
Yeah.
We don't care about
so
that.
Here's what we are going to do on the Facebook page before we move on to the business manager.
Ooh, look, I already have a logo.
That's right. That looks fantastic. So
R.
click the X on the setup wizard, and we're going to click add a button.
Add a button.
It's the big blue one. And then we're going to go to contact you. Click send message and next.
Bottom right corner, next.
And then you're going to click that messenger box. Boom, and finish. So this is nice. Sometimes people will go around the, they might not fill out the form when they're filling out the lead. Instead, they might do some due diligence on you. they'll go to your Facebook page and they'll kind of redirect it. And then some people want to message you directly through your Facebook page and work with those people.
I saw sometimes you like Trent's been getting some ads that came through
Yeah,
a Facebook message.
I take a screenshot, I send it over to Trent. It's a manual lead. Sometimes they opt in there, and then sometimes they do due diligence. This is like this is akin to Amazon reviews. Everyone shops, they look at their reviews and like, oh, this massage chair is amazing because it's got 1,000 5-star reviews. Wonderful, let's buy it, right? They're doing the same thing here. And so eventually, in some future trainings, we'll talk about how to make your Facebook page a little bit more legit.
Yeah, you make it more legit, you make it more attractive. It is not important because, by the way, how many people would you guess are going to go to your Facebook page versus literally click through and say, tell me about your services, get me a bid?
You might get 1 out of 50 leads.
Guys, do you understand why I don't care about optimizing the Facebook page yet? It's the same reason why I don't care about setting up an LLC.
Exactly.
It's the same reason why I don't care about a logo. It's all of those things are restricting you from just making money.
Okay, let's move on. We're going to go back to the business manager, the tab to the left. And in the business manager, you'll see business settings in the top right corner. We're going to click that button. All right, wonderful. So what we're going to do on the left-hand side under accounts, it says add accounts. Boom. We're going to create an ad account.
So you're telling me that we've now set up a page. We could have added a picture and a quick logo and taken like 5 minutes, whatever. Could have gone to canva.com. But bottom line is, now that we have a page, that's a requirement. Now we're able to set up the ad.
Correct.
Got it.
Okay, so now we're going to create the ad account. So we're going to click the big blue add button right in the center there. And we're going to create a new ad account, the very last option.
Dude, can we do slide?
Absolutely.
Because I just want to.
Let's call this Blue Ridge Service
We'll just whatever.
Inc., right? Rocky Mountain Oysters, right?
Yep.
Okay. Inc. That's good. You're good. You're good. Click next.
Inc.
Now, by the way,
It's
time
important.
zone, real quick, it says time zone. It's saying LA. Does that
It
matter?
doesn't really matter much. Okay, so
Good.
now what we're going to do is we're going to do this as your business, and we're going to create. Now, Colton, do you have some dollar bills? It's time to bust out a credit card.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is probably turn off the screen share so he can add his credit card.
No, they'll probably do.
Here, before you do that, let's wrap this piece up here. So Colton is already added, as you can see himself there. So you're going to select yourself on the left, and some people get kind of lost in some of this stuff. The ad account, you're going to go to the right, and the very last option, manage ad account.
So you're gonna toggle manage.
So Colton is giving himself access to the ad account. It's kind of silly, and you click assign, and we're going to go through a couple other things here real quick. So now you have access to the ads account. But before we do anything else, let's add the Facebook page to this business manager. This is how we keep everything organized. So
I got a question. Is he allowed to upload an ad if he doesn't upload his credit card?
he is, but it's easiest to add it to the business manager first,
Okay.
and then to move on from there.
It's a single-use card that won't be saved to anything.
Oh, wonderful. And our screen just
You
went
just
black.
go get mine.
Hey, Josh, we're a black screen, just so you know.
Your black screen?
That right, we're looking at a black screen.
Oh.
Stay tuned.
We're good on our side.
Okay.
Yeah, whether- I think it's the connection.
Cool.
Okay.
When you set the phone down.
Something's going to sleep,
All right.
so we can see the screen.
All right. So what we're going to do now is basically Colton has already set up his Facebook page for the business.
Correct.
And now he's basically said, I'm setting myself up to be able to run ads. I'm a manager of ads.
Now we're going to add the Facebook page to the business manager. So under accounts, you'll see pages. Okay. And then in the top middle there, it says add. In the kind of the top center. There you go. Click that. We're going to add a page.
Okay. Now everyone's able to see the screen, right?
Yep.
Guys, you're gonna follow along. You don't have to understand exactly everything that's happening right now. You just got to be able to like follow instructions.
Yep.
We're gonna give them the recording, they can stop, pause.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So type in the business, the Facebook page that we just made. There it is, right at the top. And look at that beautiful Provo address. Okay. Add the page.
Like that. Like that.
Now it's gonna, boom, done, easy
You
peasy.
can buy it from Five.
There you go. So a couple things to consider. You'll see in the top left, you'll also see users. We have people and partners. This is where you can add other managers, add or remove their restrictions to give them access to things. So we're not gonna worry about that right now, but what we are gonna do before we turn our ads live is in the bottom left corner, you're gonna scroll down a little bit, Colton, and it's gonna say business, let's see here, payments. Let's do payments first. And this is the last thing. So we're gonna add the payment method.
So go ahead. No, not yet. Go ahead and click it.
Go ahead and click that puppy. And you got a one-time use credit card, correct?
I got one I can use on my.
Okay.
Okay, so here, just go ahead and stay on the screen. Just go ahead and now put the camera back on us.
And then go ahead and add that.
And go ahead and actually put in your credit card details, guys. So for Colton's protection, we're not going to be sharing his credit card with all of y'all.
Yeah.
You need to use your own, okay? And now, by the way, if you say, hey, Chris, but let me just ask this question. Should they set up 1 ad, 2 ad, or 3 ads right now? Guys, right now I would set up all 3 ads, and you get to set up a budget. You might say, you know what, I want $10 a day on sod. I want $7 a day on decks. I want to get 1 deck lead a day. And then you might say, you know what, house cleaning is under $5, and I would love to get like 4 of those a day. So I want $20. So you are saying, hey, I'm going to be spending collectively $40 a day, which means you got to be working those leads when they come in. Some of you, if depending on where you're at financially, some of you are going to have one of those moments like, ooh, like I'm spending some money. Yes, you are. You're investing. And remember, there's huge gains for you to have in this. So you should start at a level that is comfortable for you, but make sure that you don't allow fear to get in your way. Do not allow fear to guide. If for example, you are insanely strapped, then I would probably start with sod leads. Because
We know it's cheap.
It's cheap, guys. It's $10 a day, right? So I know that most of you aren't in that situation. I just want to kind of be sensitive to that. But by the way, because you're paying for these, guess what you're going to do? We're going to teach you how to work them really effectively. And that's the cool thing about what we're going to be doing here. So Colton's just about done adding that payment method. Looks like it's all updated there.
Maybe refresh your screen.
And as soon as he's got that done, guys, we're actually going to upload our first ad today and show you how to do this. Let me just, and I want to just take a moment here. So let's go ahead and put it back on the screen. Can you see us again?
I mean, not guys can be seen. Do you want me to add it now?
Yeah, so let's go ahead and put you guys back on. For my A+ epoxy owners that are in the highest level mastermind with me, I want to let you know that in the, if you go into do you know how we added that to the gold level program, the roofing? We want to make sure that we add that to all the other ones after. Guys, later today, you're going to be able to go to, for example, the roofing ad, and we have also uploaded the exact way for you to basically take a roofing ad, have them text you a couple of pictures of the roof, verify that they are serious, and then hand it off to somebody else and basically get a $500 to $800 kickback on every roof that gets done. It's simple, it's easy. I want you guys to basically be uploading that ad as well. So just like you see us doing it for sod, you're going to be able to mimic it for that as well.
Excellent.
So
let's jump into the ad account. So go to ad accounts on the left-hand side.
Do you want to show, so now that a payment has been added, it just shows up on the bottom.
yeah, so we click on
There we
that.
go. That's what it looks like once you've added your payment method.
Perfect, awesome.
Okay, we're gonna go to the ad account, and then let's see here. In the top right corner, it says Open an Ads Manager.
Okay, guys, get focused. This is where the magic happens. All of that setup allows us to do this right now.
I accept. You're not allowed to discriminate, which is why in some of these ads that we run, you have to have the housing special category listed because they don't want any discrimination happening going on here. So okay, so Colton, we have this tab, and then we need our cheat sheet, our blueprint. So we're gonna have those. We're gonna toggle back and forth between those guys. So here we are, and what we're gonna do is we're going to very first, we're going to create campaign. Okay, and let's see here. We're going to do quick creation.
Right here?
Yep.
Select bottom right corner, select quick creation.
Perfect. So as a campaign name, in the future, we'll talk about naming conventions. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. So just name it.
Sod.
Yeah, campaign sod. Perfect. Buying type, we're gonna leave it as auction. Campaign objective, we're gonna do the drop down, and we're gonna select lead generation. Okay, this is very important. You have to start your ads over again.
The magic.
we see the campaign budget optimization. We're gonna change the daily budget. How are you feeling, Colton? $5, $10?
Yeah, let's start out with 5, just see what happens.
Okay, there we go. $50 a day? No, 5. We're gonna scroll down to the ad set name, and you can just type in sod.
Now, I want to pause for a moment to say, let's just say that you put on 10 leads a day and you started feeling yourself getting, I'm getting backlogged, I'm getting too many leads, I need to take a break for a day. Could they come back in here and say, hey, you know what, I'm going to set my spend to 0?
They could toggle on and off.
So you can
the recommendation would be drop it to $1 a day if you need to catch up for a day or 2.
Got it.
Sometimes the ads get wonky. If you turn them off, turn them on, turn them off, turn them on. So it's best to just drop the budget and then resume the budget.
Got it.
And let me say that will happen. You will get overwhelmed by this, I promise. And you will want to turn it down a little bit, even though you don't want to turn it down. You're going to want to turn it down a little bit.
I did text Trent one day. I said, hey, there's 144 leads that say uncontacted.
Yeah.
Trent, what do you want to do? Turn them down.
It's like, ah.
Okay, here's what we're going to continue. So we're going to use the drop down where it says your photography page, and we're going to change it to our new page. And we are going to click view terms. It says, please read and accept. Anytime you run lead ads, you have to click accept. Wonderful. And then under ad name at the bottom there, we're going to also just type in image 1. So sometimes we'll have variation 1, variation 2. Sometimes there's 5 variations. Sometimes there's 1 variation. So I just call it image 1, and we're going to click save to draft. Wonderful. So there's 3 different levels on the ads manager. There's that little button right underneath ads manager. It's a circle with an arrow in it. You want to close the screen right there. Close that bad boy. Publish draft items. That's fine. Okay, and click continue. So typically whenever we have ads, you're going to click. Okay, this is where whenever you publish your first ad, this is where adds your credit card. However, we've already added our credit card to the business manager. So you can click payment method from business manager, continue. So that makes it easy. So what I want to review real quick, and make that your primary payment method. Facebook is all the pop-ups. People hate pop-ups, don't they?
People hate Facebook.
Ads manager is not any easier. So what we're going to do, next to where it says campaign sod 1, what we're going to do is we're going to toggle that off. It's very important. The last thing you ever want to do is click it right here. Yep, toggle it off on the campaign level. So we never want to publish anything without double checking everything, okay? So you'll notice there are 3 levels to running ads. There's the campaigns level, there's the ad set level where you choose targeting, and then the ads level. This is all very important. The ads level is where you create the ads, you upload the images, okay?
Now I just want to pause for a moment. At this point, one of the things that I really want you guys to understand is it would be very easy, especially if you've never done anything like this before, like me, to say, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed, my head's gonna burst. Calm down, no you're not, you're okay. You can go back and rewatch this again and again and again, and all you're doing is following instructions. You don't need to understand some of these things. It's just about actually doing it and getting it up so that you can actually move and get the results. So just as Nick's going through this, just tell yourself this is easy. Tell yourself this is fun. I like making money. This is one of the little things that I do to make money. I'm good at this. This is easy for me. And so I always self-talk how I want to be so that I can feel the way that I want to feel. So right now, just practice a little bit of good self-talk. I was like, dude, this is awesome. I would have never figured this out on my own. I'm so glad to have my mentors showing me the way. They're breaking it down step by step. Get pumped, get excited, because this is what I mean. For some of you, this is like, for a few of you, this is an anxiety moment. You're like, oh no, I never thought that I was gonna have to actually work this hard, or oh, I'm stressed at doing this, or I'm not really good with the internet. Like, get over it. Then go get a niece, a friend, a brother, an uncle. Like, find a way and just figure it out, and then choose not to be stressed or anxiety. Does it make sense? Just like deal, and then choose to deal well with it.
Okay, we're gonna continue to the ad set level.
So all 3 of those things that you mentioned are important. We're gonna do something at the campaign level, the ad set level, and the
ads level.
So there's something to do on each one of those to finish getting the ad fully uploaded.
Correct.
Okay, guys.
And we're not gonna, we can go into more detail about the campaigns level in the future. Right now, we're just gonna, what we have is fantastic.
And
So-
you guys can see those tabs that are open. There's the campaign tab, it's in blue right now. Then next to the right of it is the ad sets, and then
in the middle.
in the middle, and the one on the right is ads.
Yep.
So
So
we're gonna click on
right,
those.
so right now we have the radio box selected on the campaign SOD 1 campaign. So what we're gonna do is we're going to navigate to that ad set. You can actually just click on the campaign name, Colton.
Up here?
The blue thing.
This the blue one.
Right.
Perfect. Okay, that takes us to the ad set level. So what we're gonna do, you have it already checked, and now we're gonna click the edit button about up to the right. There you go. We're gonna click edit, and it's gonna pull the screen back out. And at this point, we're gonna scroll down, and we're gonna start copying and pasting some targeting stuff. So we're gonna scroll down to the audience section, and in the audience, it's saying, let's see here. We already got all the, can we pull up the cheat sheet again? And let's look at the guide.
And
We're gonna go SOD.
Yeah, so just scroll, so you gotta
Nope,
scroll
we're gonna
all the way up
scroll
to the
back
top.
to the top.
This will be ad number 3. Probably on page like 5 or 6 or something. There it is. Scroll back down. All right, so here's SOD,
We're gonna scroll down a little more. And a little more.
the actual ad, right below it.
Okay, right below that a little bit more.
Here we go.
So
We've
we
got
have-
the Facebook targeting.
So you can see here we have age and gender. Because it's under the home renovation category, you have to target 18 plus. It's all genders, all ages. You can't change that. The location, where are you located? We're gonna target Provo, Utah. And then as far as placement goes, we'll show you that as well. So go back to
No,
the
no,
ads
just real
manager.
quick, if Colton said, you know, Chris, next to Provo is Orem and Pleasant Grove. In fact, he could pick 5, 6 cities in the county if he wanted, right?
Absolutely.
And that way he would literally just, you know, by the way, guys, are you driving to these locations? Yes or no, Trent?
No.
So by the way, would you feel comfortable doing a job in Salt Lake?
Yeah.
So just so you
What
guys
about
know.
Las Vegas?
No.
No,
Why not? There's no reason.
One, it's too hot.
Okay, but are you
But I
Florida?
could. I could.
You could do this globally if you wanted to.
Mhm.
Yeah, so what are the pros and cons of doing it in your backyard?
so
Yeah, proximity for comfort's sake. Once you have comfort, then you can go global.
for example, like I don't need to go visit the jobs, but I actually might want to meet with the person that's doing the jobs.
Correct.
Right? And I don't want them to have to drive 90 minutes to get to me. But Nick, also, if we include more cities, could it drop the price lower?
Absolutely. The bigger your audience, the lower it typically goes down.
So guys,
Cost per
if you
lead.
say, I want to just do within a 10-minute drive of me, your cost is going to go up. If you say, dude, we can do jobs within an hour, your cost is going to drop.
Correct. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the ads manager. And so we already see that it's selected 18 to 65, all genders. We're gonna scroll down where it says show more options. Let's see here. Let's see here. I wonder if because we already published, you scroll up a little bit. We're probably gonna need to duplicate it. Let's see here, scroll back down. So Facebook is kind of removing some of the options. What we're gonna do is we're gonna click that circle again with the arrow to close this, yep. And we're just gonna duplicate this campaign. So I think because we published it before we got anything on, it already pre-selected. So there's next to the green create button, it says duplicate. We call this problem solving on the fly.
Good.
You just gotta go with it. And just click duplicate. Yep, so it's duplicating on the ad set level.
Now, the ad set is just that particular image, that particular.
That particular target, that audience.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so we're gonna scroll down and let's see what we're looking at here. We're gonna keep going. Why is it not showing now? I wonder. Yeah, we might have to duplicate the actual campaign.
Okay, you want to go back out?
Yeah, go back out. Close. Okay, go back to the campaign level. There you go. And we're gonna duplicate the whole thing. Duplicate. And we're gonna try this again.
And remember, if you guys are following along, you're messing up with us too. So
Yep.
put a smile on your face, right?
Okay, so you're gonna press that circle again under Ads Manager. You're gonna
Close.
close. Let's not duplicate. We're going to click on copy. There you go. Now we're into the new campaign. So we're gonna untoggle where it says sod 1, the actual box.
Here.
Okay, no, you're good. Click edit.
Right here.
Correct. Let's see what we're looking at here. And cross your fingers, no technical difficulties. We're gonna scroll down and it's being janky. How about we show this in another train? I'm not sure why it's not allowing us to choose this.
And what are we trying to select right now?
We're trying to choose Utah County.
Okay, so it's not giving us the
Yeah.
exact location, it's saying
I had
United
this
States.
glitch just a couple nights ago. It literally took
Same
like
glitch?
24 hours for it to be fixed.
Yeah.
So
This
guys,
is a new glitch. So typically you can choose your age and gender and all that stuff.
and this is where you put in all the cities that
So
you
if I,
want.
if I change location.
Yeah, click edit there. I'm under, I didn't see that it showed edit there. Yeah, okay. So I'm wondering if it's just looking different. Okay, so we're gonna type in Provo. Good catch, good catch. Okay, now it's saying Provo plus 25 miles. You can select that drop down and you can change the radius if you want, or you can say, I want Provo City, and it's gonna just do the city. You can choose, I want 846045. I want Utah County. You can drop as many as
But
you
you know
want.
what, let's go 50 miles.
Go 50 miles.
Go big or go.
There we go.
Well, because I'm looking at this, and I'm like, that takes
That covers
in,
Salt Lake.
that
That
takes in
covers
all of
Salt
Salt Lake and Utah
Yeah.
County. So you're basically saying the two counties that are all within a 1 hour drive, north and south, are available to me.
Yep. Okay. Now we're gonna scroll down.
So,
Do I save this?
Nope. You just leave it as is right now.
so real quick, as everyone's watching this, we may not have needed to hit the duplicate
We didn't need to do that.
because they moved the hover edit button.
Correct.
Got it. So now we're gonna go ahead and hit what?
Okay. Now we're gonna scroll down where it says placements, Colton. We're gonna click manual placements. And we are going to uncheck Instagram.
Right here.
Yep. We're gonna scroll down.
Now, what if they want to advertise on Instagram?
They can. And feel free to test and try. But right now,
We're giving you guys what works.
we have what works. So we're gonna uncheck Facebook Marketplace and we're gonna keep Facebook newsfeed in. So if you look back at the doc,
So go back to the doc.
Yeah, it specifies it there.
It
it
specifically
specifies the
says
placement.
only, and is it almost always gonna be newsfeed?
No, sometimes Instagram works really well. Sometimes it'll be Instagram stories work really well.
But you'll specify it here on the document.
We will always specify the placement. And by the way, Facebook newsfeed always converts the best. So we're gonna go back to Ads Manager. Okay, and we're gonna scroll to the very bottom, double check. We're gonna untick every one of those boxes.
These ones,
Yep, so where it says in-stream, stories,
gotta make sure.
we're just only gonna keep Facebook newsfeed. There we go, we're gonna turn all those guys off. So Facebook has, partners, third-party partners.
Yeah, Facebook stories comes off.
Okay, that's all.
And scroll up a tad, I think Facebook stories is on. Okay, so we're gonna turn that guy off. So Facebook newsfeed specifically, okay? And then you'll see where it says in the green section on the left, it said SOD 1 copy. You can actually see image 1 is on the ads level. You can see it's kind of like in a tree format. So go ahead and click image 1.
Right here.
Yep. Okay, now we're in ad creation mode. Gotta fix those errors. Come on, Colton. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull up the program cheat sheet again. We're gonna click the Google Drive link where it says photos to use. We are doing SOD, so click that puppy open, and you're gonna download that image. So in the top right corner, I think the three dots, and download. Perfect. Save that to your desktop or downloads or wherever you want. Click save. Now we're going to go back into the Ads Manager and we're going to scroll down. Keep going a little further. Okay, scroll up where it says edit image. Click on that edit image.
It's a really beautiful.
That's a beautiful photo. We're going to click change image and then you're going to just simply upload that image. There's the upload box. And good luck finding your, I think it was in downloads.
It's called SAW. There we go.
Easy peasy. Now we're gonna also go back to the cheat sheet, the blueprint. While she's loading, and you're gonna scroll up a little bit. And it's kind of cut off a little bit. So actual add language, we're gonna copy Utah. Finally get sodgrass. And you're gonna go to the next page too. There's a little bit more below. Right there. You also need to get a $250 voucher text. A little higher, a little higher, a little higher.
Oops.
Nope, higher.
We don't want the headline.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just 2 lines.
There we
Right
go.
there.
Copy. Okay, we're gonna go back to Ads Manager. We're gonna scroll to primary text. So you saw that it said primary text.
Yep.
Now I'm pasting in the primary text. Let's see here. Did we got the whole thing in there? I think we missed the second line. So if you want to go and capture that again.
I'm running on PC.
It's not a Mac.
Easy, easy.
Thank you.
Hard.
Okay, we're gonna click enter one more time. So you want to make a space. So go ahead and add one more line of space. Click enter. Boom, that's looking good. Okay, and the extra space that you have after free, you have one line after. Yeah, go ahead and delete that. Okay, now we're gonna go back and we're gonna copy the headline and paste it into the headline field. So you're gonna go back to the cheat sheet, copy, paste. So far, it's looking pretty good.
This is
Copy, paste, copy, paste.
copy paste.
We
Yep.
got image, we got exact text, make sure there's no extra spaces, and we're gonna skip description, we're gonna skip display link, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna change this call to action button. Click the drop down there where it says sign up. And then we're gonna say get offer. Wonderful. Okay, now we're gonna get to the instant form where it says create lead form. We're gonna select that button. And on your cheat sheet, you're gonna scroll down 2/3 through the document. And I took screenshots of every step on this part here.
For right here? Or
Yep, you're gonna go to the very bottom. After all the free hustles, here we go, scroll up a little bit. And up a little more. We're gonna go to the start of this section. Okay, right there. You got the mechanics. So we're gonna scroll. This again is kind of what we already went through a little bit. We're gonna scroll down a little bit. And guys, again, don't get overwhelmed. We're gonna go do this. We're gonna be streaming every day almost, but plan on Wednesday. And we're gonna keep going a little bit further. This is showing what we just did.
Yep, adding the image, adding the text.
See, get offer. Okay, now we're into the form mode. So it says create lead form, select more volume. Okay, fantastic, right there. Okay, so go back to your ads manager and we're just gonna follow along here. So by default, it already selected more volume. Boom, that's easy. Where it says untitled form though, give it a name, something like, so double click where it says untitled form at the top.
Oh, right.
Yep, double click that. And we're gonna say Provo sod leads. And
Do the leads see the form name?
they do not.
Okay.
And then what you're gonna say is $250 voucher. I think that's the voucher.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now we're gonna go back for a cheat sheet. We're gonna scroll down past the screenshot. And it says, nope, scroll up a little bit. Right there. Add the headline, get X dollar voucher. Okay, so copy all that. We're literally gonna copy and paste. Okay, we're gonna go to intro. Perfect. Under headline, you're gonna paste that in, and it's a $250 voucher. So we're gonna use a
Take the X
$250
and turn
voucher.
it to 250.
Okay.
And by the way, does that mean you have to give $250 off your price? Yes, it means give them a price and then say, by the way, here's your bid. Your bid is $5,250. By the way, here's your voucher, so it's only $5,000.
Exactly.
There you go.
Okay, we're going to use the image from the ad, and we're gonna go back to the doc and let's follow what it says. Next bullet point, use the image from your ad. Perfect. Change the layout to bullets and use the text. Tell us where to send the voucher. So copy the quote there.
Boy, I'm so glad, Nick, that you have hacked this entire just follow-on thing, because
Where it says paragraph, we're going to change that. We're going to change the paragraph to bullets, and we're going to paste it in there because one of them is required. Tell us where to send the voucher. That's pretty nice. Where do we want to send it? Okay, now we're going to move to the questions section. Okay, and we're going to scroll down just a tad, and we're going to go back to our cheat sheet. Why? It's got the answers. Why am I here? I'm just going to leave. We're going to scroll down just a little bit. Look, a screenshot tells us what to do. Under questions, add the phone number field. Okay, let's go ahead and try that. So where it says category, add a category, contact fields, phone number. Wonderful. Now, right now it says email, full name, and phone number. That drives me bonkers. So drag the full name to the very top. Perfect. Name, email, phone number. That just rolls with it, doesn't it? And then where it says pre-fill information, this is actually a new field from Facebook. Scroll up a little bit. Pre-fill information. There's a field just below you. You're going to select that and you're going to say, please fill out the form.
please fill out the form. Please fill out the form.
Please fill out the form.
Radar.
Sorry. Wow.
It's been an hour and a half. Okay, keep going. Okay, we're gonna go to privacy policy. Okay, so go back to our cheat sheet. This is where you're gonna get a little creative. Do you have a website? Probably not. What I'm gonna recommend is you have a Facebook page. Okay, keep going. So under privacy policy, it says terms. You're gonna write, where it says link text, we're gonna write terms, right? But before we get to that, it says under link URL, put a website, but you probably don't have a website. Should you wait to get a website?
No, do not make a website.
Go to your Facebook
Do
page.
not set up an LLC. Do not create
Make a logo.
logo.
Go to your Facebook page, copy that link.
Just up here?
Just copy it, yep. And you're gonna not want the modal equals admin part, just copy after the digits, right?
So here.
Here on over, copy and paste. So don't make a website. We're gonna go back to your ads manager. Link text, we said terms. There you go, link URL. Now in the about section, feel free to add terms, okay? If this is part of Facebook's I agree thing, okay? So we're good here. Now we're gonna go to the thank you screen. And we're gonna go back to our cheat sheet.
This is our last page.
Oh goodness, this is the last page.
Yeah,
We're
baby.
gonna scroll down and it says on the thank you page, add, we will reach out to you shortly.
By the way,
And it says add.
how
your phone number.
shortly do I want you to reach out? It's
Very
called
shortly.
the 3-minute rule.
Oh, I just gotta leave. I'm gonna run call.
Sorry, did you really? This is cool. I'm like, go. Wait.
Okay, we're gonna, so under description, you're gonna paste in that section.
What I just copied.
Yep. Boom, we're gonna reach out to you shortly. Where it says visit website. Do you have a website? Should you make a website?
No,
Okay.
no.
Don't make a website. So we're gonna change the view website. We're gonna change the drop down to call business. Now,
Yes.
will they call you? No.
No.
Type in your phone number there.
So just in the button text or
Yep.
down here?
Yep, both. Just keep it easy. People are not going to call you. I have not ever gotten called in the last 500 leads. If they do, talk to them. Well, you have to try that.
2.
You got two?
2.
Okay,
2 out of,
that's,
1,000?
I have no idea how many leads I've had.
I have
Lots.
never been called ever. So wonderful. If they call you, please talk to them. Now, in the top right corner, it's going to say finish. We're done.
Colton has a lead.
Okay,
Colton's gonna lay some grass for you.
okay.
Colton, are you peddling grass?
He's peddling grass.
Mm.
Okay,
I roll it up. I sell it, roll it up.
okay. Let's
Wow.
clean something up real quick. If you go back to the ad set level, so you're going to press that little circle with the arrow in it. Oh gosh, it does this every time. Actually, click close. There we go. Click ad sets in the top, in the middle right there. Now we are working under SOD 1 copy. We are going to uncheck that box and we're going to check the other boxes. And we are going to delete those. Why? Because we drafted them
How
Unnecessary.
do I verify that this was the one that I was just in? Does it have like a
I know we were just in it because it was checked when you went back to that level. So you can click the delete button, which is right to the right a little bit.
So garbage can,
icon.
trash. Boom.
Boom.
All right, now guys,
Delete.
Nick duplicated a couple of things today only because we couldn't find the
It looked a little different.
hyperlink.
You can rename that. So, usually on the ad set level, I like to say Provo plus 25 miles.
So go Provo plus 50.
There you go. And then it's sod, right? And you can get creative with this. Again, come up with a naming convention you like, so you can get in without having to dig into the details.
Because Nick, if you provide a different variation for sod, which we only have one, but like on Dex they have two, they would go through this
Absolutely.
exact same process again to do everything identical, but just literally change an image.
Correct.
Why? Because one image will work a little different than another image, and one of them will be cheaper.
Exactly. So Provo plus 50 miles, and we're going to save to draft. In the top right corner, we're going to click review and publish.
Oh, guys, this is it. Top right corner, blue button.
Oh.
For the Cookie Monster.
Lefty loosey righty tighty. It's making us do this again. Click continue. We already got, oh, it's payment method from business manager. Continue. Continue. And make primary.
Again.
This is typically once you do it, then that's it. So we do have we have one extra. So click fix error is because we have a second campaign that we need to remove. Is it loaded? Okay, scroll down. This is our draft. So at this point, we're done, right?
Yeah.
This is just a duplicate. We need to just delete it. So you're gonna click the circle icon under Ads Manager, close this. We're gonna delete it.
So do I hit close?
Yep. So go back to the campaigns level. And where it says campaign sod 1, we're going to check that box. We're going to uncheck the copy, and we're going to click the delete icon.
Trash can.
Yep.
Why did it make another copy?
Well, we made a duplicate earlier because we couldn't.
We were trying to figure
target
out how to target the
Okay.
exact city.
It's auto publishing, and we're going to click top right corner. You're going to click review and publish. Publish. And was that long-winded?
You know what? We went slow so that everyone could see exactly how to do it. We took a little bit of a circuitous route. And guys, we only have a little bit more training today that's super important.
The last thing to do is simply just toggle it on, which we can hold off till after. But right now, that's literally
literally,
taking the
toggle
whole
on and see if
Toggle it on.
turn it on.
Do
Yeah,
it.
if you want leads, you can battle Trent. Right?
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Whoever gets the arm wrestle gets the.
So pull up our cheat sheet one more time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna scroll back to the top of the sod lead section. Go back one more time.
all the way
To the top to paid hustle number 3. And let's take one more quick gander, shall we? Okay. Scroll up to the top of the section. Keep going. Take a look at the opportunity right there. We're gonna slowly scroll down through it. We have the business mechanics, we have the contract labor, we have the materials, we have the average margin and a summary. Keep on going.
So that tells you
Keep
what to
going.
roughly bid. We're gonna actually take you through
This is exactly what it looks like. We have the exact text. Keep scrolling. Keep going. And you have the targeting, the placement, and you have our results. Literally, we just walked you through how to do that. Your first time, it's gonna take you what?
20 minutes?
20 minutes. The second time you make it, you click duplicate, and it's like 60 seconds later, I changed to $500 off. I wanna try $1,000 off.
Yeah.
You might get a lower cost per lead.
So Nick, what I wanna do on week 2 and 3 and 4 is I wanna go back and create a slight variation.
Absolutely.
Because you might find out, wait a second, I'm doing $250 off, but if I go 300 for some reason, like I get like 2 times the number of leads. I don't know why, or we altered this image and someone's going to say, hey, by the way, use this image and guess what? The price is going to drop 20%. Why? Well, Nick's already done most of that legwork, but everything can continue being optimized. So first of all, guys, congratulations on getting a lead up and going. That is the hardest part of this entire business. is literally going through the entire setup thing to say, boom. Now, Nick, if they wanted to set up their deck ads or the other ads, they would do it the exact same way. All that would change is the little bit of information with the image, the description, the
That's it.
headline, and the voucher.
The easiest thing to do is just to duplicate the existing campaign. That's it. Duplicate it. New naming convention. I'm going to say deck, not sod. Change the targeting.
And wait, are you
And swap the
serious?
image.
Whoa,
That's
whoa,
it.
whoa, whoa, real quick, Colton, do this real quick. Guys, go back to the ads.
Let's go do it.
Let's actually do a second one super
We're
quick.
going to go lightning fast.
All right.
Okay, we're going to go back to our ads manager. We're on the campaign level, and you're going to click duplicate.
So guys, we're going to show you how easy it is to set up an entire second ad. It's now like, it's going to be really fast.
Duplicate.
So we're going to say we are going to duplicate this baby, and let's just throw in a deck lead just for
Yep.
like.
So change it to deck, campaign
So, up
name,
here?
just in the
On
middle
the
of the
right,
screen.
middle of the screen, campaign sod one copy. Going to change that whole thing to
Deck leads.
boom. Now we have 2 deck leads, so say deck leads 1
Sure.
because we're
Well,
not.
they'll all be in the same campaign.
All right.
So just deck leads is fine.
This is the whole campaign for all.
So everyone's like really clear on what just happened here. We're duplicating the campaign. So it's like this whole campaign is sod. Now I copied and pasted the entire campaign, and I'm going to rename this one decks. And inside I can do variations of like deck 1 and deck 2.
And on the campaign level, we're choosing our budget, which is why we're separating the two. You might want to say, I want $20 a day in deck leads. I want $2 a day in sod leads. You got it. So we're going to click, I'm creating a campaign for ads in a special category.
So click that box in
Right
the middle of
under
the
there.
screen.
And then it's going to have a drop down, and it's going to show housing. So click that.
And we did that the first time
There's
too.
no
Right?
options available.
No options available. So just uncheck it. I don't know why it's not showing it. Facebook Ads Manager it's very glitchy. Typically,
It's only been out for a decade, right?
yeah, right.
Okay.
Sometimes ads will get rejected because they want to prevent discrimination. So anything regarding home renovation, sod is not technically one of those. Deck is probably one of those. So sometimes you have to dance around the red tape. So right now we'll keep it unchecked. You can see here, Colton, we already got lead generation selected. Scroll down, campaign budget optimization. Let's drop $5 a day is great. Scroll down.
You know, so can I just say this? If we know that decks are roughly going to be just under 7, just change that to 7 so that you can get 1 deck lead a day.
One lead a day. Perfect.
Okay, so 5 sod leads a day, 1 deck
Okay,
lead.
we got a big spender.
You
Okay.
want 1.5.
So where it says, right under deck leads, it says Provo plus 50 mile sod on the left-hand side.
Here.
Click there.
Now we're editing the ad set.
Now we're on the ad set level, which is the targeting level. So you're gonna change sod in the name at the very top to deck.
This is really easy at this
At
point.
this point, it's
So
easy.
once
The
you,
first
once,
one,
once you set up the first one, then afterwards it's just
Scroll down.
it's just copy pasting and making slight alterations.
So let's take a look at this real quick. Keep scrolling. So we're targeting Provo plus 50 miles.
Okay, but
And-
let's do this. Let's go to the program document real quick.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Let's just take a look at the cheat sheet on decks.
Is
Number 2.
So deck, a little higher.
So there's our picture.
Okay, real quick. So here's the actual ad, the summary. So scroll down below the ads. There's 2 ads, and then underneath that, it gives us our targeting information. It says right there. This is 18 plus, all genders. Location is not going to change. Placement is newsfeed. That's not going to
So it's the
change.
exact same.
So
exact same.
everything is the same. So now we can go back to the ad
ads
manager.
manager.
Yep.
And we're gonna double check. It says Provo plus 50 miles. Wonderful.
18 plus, all genders,
We're
demographics.
scrolling down. We're
Everything's
scrolling.
good.
Now let's check the placements. Manual. Wonderful. And the only thing selected is Facebook newsfeed.
Correct.
So now we're gonna go to the ads level. Oh, Colton's quick. He knows where it's at.
That's
now.
the image.
Okay.
Go click on it.
Okay, now go back to the cheat sheet. We're gonna copy the entire text. This is a little bit longer on the copy side.
it right?
Yep, where it says, no, it's a little higher. It's split between 2 pages. So after primary, keep going, and exclude the headline. There you go, perfect. Look at this. Now we're gonna go on the ads manager. We're gonna scroll down. We'll swap the image here in a sec. And we're gonna scroll up a little bit. And it says
Right here.
primary text. So replace all that. Boom. We're gonna make sure our spacing is correct. So after family, click enter. Make sure your spelling's correct.
Hey, Colton, we want to get rid of the space at the bottom, but we also want to add a space between the first two sentences. So after family, there we go.
Okay.
And we're, for the sake of time, you're gonna go back in, you're gonna download the image. You wanna do it?
Let's just do it real quick. It's just so
let's
easy.
do it.
I
There's
wanna
no
just
reason not to. Or scroll down a little bit.
grab the headline.
We got the headline and the image.
Guys, I told you we were gonna go a little bit long
The
today.
image on the right.
We have a little bit more to cover that you're really gonna need, and then we're gonna set you loose on fire and tell you about Thursday. We're gonna tell you about this big contest, cash prize. I'm literally going to be incentivizing, throwing some cash out to get you guys to go nuts your first 90 days. You're totally pumped about that.
Okay, there you go. Edit image, upload. Boom.
We're even showing them how to do it on the PC. This is extra.
Yeah, if you're doing it on a PC, there's extra work going on. And
Trent's getting really itchy. He's
Click
like,
the
I've got
image.
words. I'm like, sorry, we're in Apple office.
Continue.
Well, oh, it had a, there we go.
We all know what
Okay.
PC stands
Go back to headline on the cheat sheet.
for. All right.
And we're gonna snag that headline there.
It's right there. Click to download your free $500 voucher, limited time offer. This is just so easy now that you've done it once.
Yep. Boom. Here's the trick. We're gonna show you the trick here. Okay, we're gonna scroll down. So where it says instant form, you see that we have a SOD leads thing there. There's a button to the right. We're gonna click duplicate. And all we're duplicating is we're gonna change the name in the top left and to change it to deck, and I think it's $500 off.
You guys will notice that there's a pattern with these leads. What allows you to sell so easily through text and by phone, as we're about to show you in a minute, so that you can get a lead and then respond to it, is we're going to show you that most of the time we're just getting some type of discount. What we're targeting are people that say, if you give me a discount, I'll commit to a job right now. And while we're actually putting that in there, I'm going to tell you that my favorite approach to locking in a job is what I call the double discount.
Correct.
Right? Real quick, I just want to ask Trent on this one. When we've done actually these jobs, you know, if someone doesn't bite on the first bid, you can ask them, hey, what would it take for me to get a commitment to move forward? And they might tell you, well, the price, this is a price thing.
Yeah.
And so you then ask them, what price do you need for this to work? They'll either lowball you, or they'll say something like, I don't know, $100 less. You can look at your margin and say, worth it, let's do it. You book the job. And so these people mostly are booking things usually based on price.
Correct.
Give them a little lower price, and then you're good to go. I call that the double discount method. All right, so where are we at here on this?
So we're all good. So at this point, we've pretty much.
Can we just see that we have both ads now running?
Sure.
I want them both toggled on
Okay.
and going, and then we're going to teach this last little bit here so that you guys can really start cranking. The last
So
two
if I
things
hit
that you need.
publish and then it will show that both are running.
You're good. Yep. Go ahead and publish.
I have no changes to publish. So
Okay, so
very good.
hit the circle. She's publishing, looks like. So click the campaign level. And you're all good.
Okay.
So now the ad set level is currently turned off. So if you want to toggle both boxes on the left,
Click this one.
Yep.
Or
and in the center it says ad sets. There you go. And then you can toggle both of those on. So at this point, you can select multiple campaigns. You can go, you're going to click X on those. There you go. Wow, Facebook's got a lot more pop-ups than it used to. Boom. So those are on. Let me show one last thing.
So I just want to say real quick. So a campaign is where you're designing the overall campaign.
Budgets,
Ad sets is where you're actually turning like
audience.
the audience and how much you want to spend in budget. And the actual ad is
like folder, these are folders.
these are folders, but the last an ad is like the image, the language, and then what they're getting for free and how it gets delivered and what you're collecting.
So let's go to the ads level one more time. So how do you get your leads?
Okay, this is important.
This is an important question. So right here, let's see here. When it shows they're under the results tab, right? Right there, it says results.
You guys,
It'll show you that
The number.
there is a lead, and then you can click to download. That is
Okay.
the slowest way to do it. On Wednesday's training, we're also going, so that's the manual way. That you can do a much faster way, which is going and getting a free Zapier account, zapier.com, and you can have automated email notifications sent to you via email. The minute a lead comes through, it gets sent to you via email. There are much more sophisticated ways about going about this. We could send auto texts.
Well, let's go back to video because guys, here's what's going on.
We're good here.
We have set up 2 leads at this point. Now Colton is literally going to start getting a deck lead a day, a deck and a half lead a day. He's also going to start getting 5 sod leads a day roughly. In his area, maybe the lead is more expensive and there's something like, oh, you need a bigger geography to bring the lead price down. Or maybe there's a different image. Like there's tweaks and some things like that. For those of you that think, oh my gosh, did I just freaking buy a system on how to become a freaking Facebook ad generator spender dude? The answer is no. Copy and paste, set it, and then we're just doing minor tweaks. We did all of that so you now can go ahead and get leads, and we're going to talk about what you do with these leads. But Nick is bringing up something really important. We are going to be giving you guys later hacks like Zapier. How do you not have to log into Facebook to have the lead automatically emailed to you? Or for example, we're going to show you how to set up a burner phone so that the moment a lead, you might remember I told you I want you to text the lead within how many minutes? 3 minutes. What if you could automate that so that within 30 seconds, you didn't have to do anything and your main message already went to them? I'm going to show you how to set up these things. So guys, there's all sorts of hacks. Today is about getting you guys started. So we only have a couple more things to share today. So here's where we go from here. You now are set up and have leads coming in. Yes, you can do the exact same thing, identical. You can copy the campaign and go through the same process for setting up, your reoccurring revenue with just house cleaning. Guys, in your area, sod is a spring, summer, fall thing, or it's an area where you're not dry scaping in the climate. House cleaning is everywhere. It's something that people have. And then the last one is decks. It's everywhere. It's something that people have. And if you're saying, wow, what about the free hustles? You can dive into that. We're going to do that later. Right now, if anything, let's say that you say, you know what, I've tried these 3 ads and I really like this one type and I'm maximizing it and getting money in, but I want more. Then you need to upgrade to another level of our program where we have more ads for you. Guys, the ads get more, juicier, sexier, volume. And it's like a year from now, it's like Trent saying, hey, I want to have 15 ads on all at once, and I'm going to have people responding to all of them. And here's my goal even for Trent 90 days.
Yeah.
It is to have someone on your team that is largely running this for you.
That would be great.
I got a few more things to share right now, but I know you have a hard deadline at 2. So if you need to bounce out, you can do that.
Okay, appreciate it.
Guys, just give a little shout out for Trent for being here with us today. We really appreciate your time and energy. Congratulations on your success and leading the way. We look forward to seeing you on Facebook and cheering everyone on and us celebrating your big 30-day result, your big 60-day result, your big 90-day result. Thank you so much, buddy.
Thanks, brother.
All right, guys, we got a little bit more to cover with you guys today, so we're going to do that right now. Let's just talk real quick about the rule book for hustling leads. Let's talk about how to outsource. Let's give you your homework, and then Luke, we're going to handle some Q&A. We are going extra long today, but we are not stopping until we give you this because this is all you need to really get going. You got to get your leads set up today because I need you to have a head start to Thursday when I hit go on the contest. And trust me, every one of you is going to want to play go on the contest. So here's the rule book. I'm going to give you this again. You have, write it down, a 3-minute rule, a 10-minute rule, and a 24-hour rule. Here's the 3-minute rule. Within 3 minutes of the lead, text it. We'll show you how to automate that. But in the meantime, do your best you can. Guys, it might be an hour before you text them, but text them as quickly as you can. The sooner you text, the more jobs you'll win. Do you understand that? Okay, number 2, 10-minute rule. If they're not responding to text, you call that person. And all you're going to do is have a conversation about what you're texting. In the beginning, you're going to feel like you're making crap up. That's because you're hustling and you are, and it's okay. The third thing is the 24-hour rule. I want you to have done like 3 or 4 texts or 1 or 2 phone calls And some leads will never respond to you. That's part of the game of winning. You know, Trent said that he's literally winning 3 out of 4 like rock leads. He's getting a certain percentage of his roofing leads. He's getting 1 out of 8 on his sod leads, and he's got those conversions. So here's the general rules. Reach out, reach out, reach out, and then I'm going to share with you in a moment what to say. But what you really want to do is connect, gather information, do the estimate, and then present the offer as quickly as possible. We're going to show you how to do that with text. And so we want to screen share one more thing in just a moment when Colton gets back. We actually, do you guys remember when I told you at the bottom of your online account with all of your ads, at the very bottom of it, we gave you the exact text to cut and paste people. We also then gave you an exact link where you can go online, go to Google Earth, and literally on the phone, if they say, yeah, my backyard, I want grass. And you look at the backyard on Google Maps, and sure enough, there's this rectangle of dirt, and you just draw it out with a pencil, and it'll tell you exactly how much square feet it is. And if you know your pricing per square feet, it's all right there based on what we've shared with you. You can say, oh, great. Well, listen, I'm on Google Earth. I'm checking out things right now. Or if you're just texting them, if they say, yeah, I want a bid, then text them and say, is it your front yard or your backyard? You know, what is it exactly? And if it sounds easy, just do it through text. If it's hard, say, I'm going to call you, make sure I understand. Look at the image on Google Earth and trace it out. Once you know the square footage, you can know exactly what your price per square foot is. Because guess what you can do? Call the people that do sod in your area, find out who the wholesalers are, and just ask, how much is sod a foot? How much is it a pallet? And they'll say it's X number of pennies a foot, whatever the price is. And then you'll know, oh, this person wants 1,000 square feet, and it is $1 a foot. So it's $1,000. Then you think, okay, I also know how much work it'll take one person 4 hours to install that. And I'm going to pay them $150. So it's $1,000 for sod. It's $150 for labor. Maybe I'm wrong a little bit. Let's add in 50 extra bucks in. I'm at $1,200. And for this, I'm now charging $400. Add $400 on top. And that's the money I want to make. Now I'm going to add $250 on top of that so I can give them their voucher. So I'm going to say, it's $1,750 minus your $250 voucher. I can get your job. I can get you on the books and do that for $1,500. Now they either will book or they won't book. And if they're like, you know, you follow up, what do you think? What do you think? And it's like, well, we're just not sure. And then I would just text and say, what's most important to you? How can I get this job secured? If they see that you're hungry guys and that a hustler's on it, that's who they want to work with. They're so sick and tired of working with people that aren't responsive and wait days to get in touch and wait days to get bids. You just delivered a sod bid on the spot right then and there. Do you see exactly how you did that? We gave you all the notes. You have all the information. You guys can do that. It's very, very simple. If you have a question, what can you do? Go onto the Facebook page and ask a question. It's that simple. It's super awesome, guys. All right, so that's what it actually looks like to deliver. I could literally be texting them and come up with an estimate there. And here's the cool thing. Hey, I looked at you on Google Doc, on Google Earth. I checked everything out. It's $1,750 for me to do your job. After the voucher, it's only $1,500. You know, can we go? And either they're going to say yes, or they'll say no, or they'll say nothing. If it's a no or a nothing, you should ask, what do I need to do to help make this happen now? And all of a sudden that person says, well, we're really cost sensitive. And, you know, Trent on a phone call, I've been hearing him do it. All he's going to say is, well, most of this is sod. The grass is what the grass is. I have a little bit of money in labor, so there's not a lot I can do, but what do you need? Because I said that, they're not going to lowball me. Now they're going to say, well, we're fine. Let's just do it. Or, you know what, you know, can we do $100 less? Then it's a judgment call for you. If you're going to make $300 in an hour and you're okay making $300 an hour, you're good to go. Does that make sense? It's your call. It's up to you on whether you do or do not accept the job. And you're going to learn along the way. You're going to do sometimes some jobs that make a crap load of money. You're going to do other jobs you're going to make very, very little money. All right. One last thing here is just making sure that you guys understand how to do the double discount. That's what I just demonstrated. The voucher is the first discount. What you choose to go below that is another. You guys get to set your price. You don't come to me and say, what should I charge? What should I charge? I'll tell you, but you have all of these leads. Try guessing $300 higher, guess $500 higher, guess 100 lower, and have an experience and figure it out. And then the last thing that we really need to talk about of the day, one of the last big questions, and then we're going to go into Q&A, is outsourcing. How do I hire this work out? I want you to, I'm going to write these on the board. And Nick, if you can help go through these with me.
Yep, you got it.
There are 5 things that I do. First of all, guys, let's just talk about each of these independently. Do you need a contractor's license to lay sod or clean houses? You guys should always seek legal advice. You can always go to LegalZoom. You can always Google things online. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you're going to do a deck, you're going to want a licensed contractor. If it's sod, guys, I mean, you're hiring someone to literally just unroll grass in a checker pattern. It's very easy. So there's a lot of ways to find people to do that work for you. You can post it, and you can post in the help wanted. Guys, 20% of America is unemployed. People are desperate to do things for money. People will 100% come out there and lay some grass. So you got to go and basically put a job out there. Go onto Indeed, go to the classifieds and say, I'm hiring someone to do sod. Would I go and necessarily hire a professional company, a landscape company? No, they really want to make the money. Laying grass is like, it's ultra simple, basic, very difficult to screw up work. And like Trent said, you can learn everything about the industry in about 30 minutes of Googling. So it's just that simple. Same thing with house cleaning. Do you have to be a licensed professional to clean someone's house? No. But you got to find someone that you can trust, someone who's reliable. How do you do that? I've got 5 sniff tests that I do to do this right. Now, Trent, when he had all of the ads to look at, he said, Chris, I like the roofing one because I have a buddy that does roofing. I like the sod one because I've got 2 boys. One of them has a license, they can drive and they can do sod and they're not going to screw it up. He said, I really like the rock ad because I got a guy who does rocks. And so you get to you're going to have to find someone to do the work. But please listen carefully. Do I want you to find the person to do the work first, or do I want you to get the job first?
Yes.
Get the job first. Why? Because sod, they're still growing the grass for 3 more weeks. You can get a job right now and you have plenty of time to find someone to lay it. A deck job, you've got weeks to line somebody up to do it, right? So you just do a little bit of research and you figure out what people are charging for things like that. Throw a price out where you think you're pretty safe. Decking is probably one of the harder ones to figure out a little bit because you got to find out how to bid that and make sure that you didn't bid it $1,000 under and that you're losing money. That would be a bad mistake. So you got to be careful. Go find someone that's a handyman that does things like that and go price it. Did you know you can go onto Home Depot, upload your deck dimensions, and they will actually price out all the materials for free for you? That one is not as easy as doing an instantaneous bid, but some of the others are. The other 2 most definitely are. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to tell you the 5 things I look for when I want to hire a contractor. Thing number 1 is what?
Are they on time?
Are they on time? People that cannot be on time with a phone call or in person, as you get to meet them, that's most of these people. And so I'm just telling you, if they have a hard time being on time, they will be late, they will not show up when they're supposed to, and they will take longer than they're supposed to. I don't like that. Number 2.
Do they do what they say?
Yes, I call that integrity. My definition of integrity is doing what you say you're going to do. If they don't do what they say they're going to do, and you can find that in the like, for example, like, oh yeah, I've got a buddy, I just did this amazing job, I'll get it to you in the hour. 3 hours rolls by, you've texted them 4 times and you don't still have it. Guess what that means? That person does not have integrity. This industry is littered with that, but you will find the right people. They are out there, I promise. I'm just showing you how to not get the wrong people. Number 3.
Do they connect and present well?
Do you like how you feel around this person or do you not like, right? Like some of these people kind of have a little bit of a scary type of aura, presence, demeanor, and they do not connect well, right? Other people are professional, button-up shirt, tucked in, right? So how do you just use some common sense here? Do you like how you feel around this person or not? Number 4.
References.
This is huge. If you ask for references and they can't give you any or have a hard time coming up with some, you're not going to work with that person. When you do get a reference, you have to actually call the reference, look for 3, 4, 5 references and call and just say, how did they do? Were they on time? Did they finish the job on time? Were they professional? Common sense questions. This is the big one. And then number 5, the last one.
Compensation.
Okay. When it comes to compensation, you guys realize that you can hire someone to lay sod for $10 an hour, or you could pay someone $50 an hour. I don't know why you would ever pay $50 an hour, but you've just got to look at the breakdown on what does it cost to do this? What is the recommendation on the money I can make? And what should I offer? For example, house cleaning. If you found someone who's amazing at house cleaning and they're eager for the work and they are a hard worker and you found a way with references to verify that. And you're like, you know what? I want to start loading you up with jobs. And they're like, thank you. This is so amazing. You have a chance to be a blessing for this person. Let's say that they want $15 an hour, but it's because they're fast and good and they're putting forth a concerted effort. You can't be dropping bids at 20 bucks a month, at $20 an hour when you're going to give them 15 of it. I would always be at least double on that. If it's 15 for this person, I got to make sure I'm charging 30 or 35 so that half of that money is coming to me. So you've got to just be smart. And if you don't know what smart is, or if you don't really get math or you have questions, you go to the Facebook page and you ask a question. We've got Luke on there answering them. You've got me, you've got my brother Nick. We've got my team that are on there. A lot of this just comes down to common sense, but whatever advice anyone gives you, you're responsible for your business, and then you're going to learn. Oh, I did all that effort, and ultimately, here's how I know how to feel good about my pricing. I will track the value of my time. Do you see how we did that earlier with Trent? It was a really big deal. I always know how much I'm making an hour, and I'm always making choices that number goes up. I'm not maintaining a number. I'm not trying to hit a number and be good with it. I'm always pushing the number to be bigger and bigger and bigger, meaning I'm learning how to become more valuable. And so you've got to just ask, like, oh, you know what? I made 2,000 on that job, but I only made 200 on that job. Which one was better? The 200 might be better than the 2,000, because if the 200 took you 3 minutes and the 2,000 took you 3 hours, I would rather make the 200 rather than the $2,000. You have to just start learning with each of your lead types. You know, Trent will tell you, well, I love this lead type because I spend the least time and I make this amount of money. This lead type's worth it because I make a lot of money, but it does require more time. Those are things that you've got to be looking at. But these are the 5 things that I'm using for finding my contractors. Now I'm just going to ask one more time, Nick, should you wait to produce and sell leads until you have a contractor that you trust and know?
Produce leads, sell the leads, contractor.
And then find the contractor.
Yeah.
For most of you, that's going to seem backwards, but there's a reason why I'm saying no logo, no website, no doing anything that would put off, generate the lead, sell the lead. All right. Now, at this point, you're going to have questions. We're going to tackle some of them right now, but I'm going to give you some homework right now for those of you who got to go. We're going to stay on here. We're going to do some questions, and just know the Facebook page is here to answer and get you rolling and going. You're going to, guys, this is like learning how to ride a bike. Seems a little weird and hard and dangerous at first. Once you actually figure it out for your first 30 seconds, we can't get you off of the thing. You're gone. You're biking around the city. You're going off of jumps. It's the same way here. So here's your homework. Number 1, you need to be on that Facebook group. Make sure you've asked to join. That's where you get to ask questions. That's where we get to celebrate you. I want to celebrate someone getting a job in the next 24 hours. If you get your leads turned on today, someone's going to remember at that bottom. Can we go to the bottom of that document real quick again for Saad?
The script at the very bottom.
First person to get a lead from here on gets.
Yes, we're going to be throwing out spiffs and awarding people and doing all that good stuff. I'm just going to show you guys real quick. If you guys just go back to your program and go to the very bottom, scroll to the very bottom of it. I want to just show you something that we have here. And then for those of you that are in my higher level programs, my mastermind, at the very bottom of the mastermind script, we've got the roofing set. That is just such a simple, easy one. So just come here real quick. Look at the SOD service. It says text message. Copy and paste. Hi, name. My name is name with company name. Blue, Rocky, Mountain Oysters. You clicked on our ad for $250 off sod installation. We can install sod and help you adjust your sprinklers to help it take hold as we come into spring. Could you tell me what city you're in? What would you mind providing your address so I can look at your yard on Google Maps? And then we can discuss what the cost will be. Thanks, name. Okay, that's a copy and paste. By the way, when you're no longer in spring and summer, you just change the word spring to summer. When it's in fall, guys, people want sod spring, summer, and fall, right? So that's what you first text. And what you're really saying is, send me your address, then I know you're serious. And then watch what you can do here. You go to http://areacalculator.sodsolutions.com. Guess what you can do? It says sod typically must be ordered in 500 square foot quant increments. Always be high in the sod need rather than the low. So make sure you have enough material. And then, for example, if you need 3,000 square feet of sod ordered, but you're only bidding 2,700, price it at 3,000. And then lastly, it says be competitive. Call local sod suppliers and get timelines on current delivery weights and pricing per square foot. That way, when you go online, guys, this becomes really easy. Wow, this is a huge job. They want to sod an entire half an acre, and this is going to be a $10,000 job, and I'm going to make like $3,000. So you go online, you measure the exact square footage, you overbid to make sure you have leftover material, and then you figure out that cost, the cost of your labor. That's super easy. Put in your margin, boom, you guys are on to the races. Be competitive, it's all right there. Do we have that information right there for decks, and do we have it for house cleaning? No, that's your job. So on Facebook, guess what we're gonna be sharing with each other? What are you saying, what's working? But guess what you can do? Copy and paste what you got here for the sod, and then just say, oh, how can I do the exact same thing? For example, hi, my name is Chris Crone with Blue Rocky Mountain Oysters. You clicked on my free month of house cleaning. That's something, we're amazing at cleaning houses. Help me understand how many hours a week or a month that you would like some house cleaning. We're super good. We get a lot done super fast. We have incredible rates. Talk to me. The person texts you. They say, oh, we're looking for, 3 hours a week. We have a large house. And you're like, awesome. We would charge roughly. And if it's like, let's say that I'm confident that I can find someone at $12 or $13, $14 an hour. And let's say that I want to just get some initial contract work done, then I might say, hey, we're going to do, I know that I'm going to charge $30 a foot. So $30 an hour. So 30 times 3 hours a week, that's $90. And say, great, it's about $90 a week. I've got incredible hard workers, super trustworthy, amazing people. We can come in and kill it for you. Every month, that would be $360. If the person says, great, let's go, just say, hey, so I give the first 5 hours of cleaning. So your first 2 weeks will be totally for free based on a 1-year contract. That's why I'm able to do that for you. As long as you like the free work we do, are you comfortable entering into that? Yeah, that sounds wonderful. Now I've got the job. I'm like, great, when do you want to start? Well, can you start this week? It's like, I don't even know who's going to clean. How about next week? We're booked this week. Can we start next week? This is what hustling looks like, friends. And then guess what you do? You go into all the classrooms like, looking for house cleaner, $12 an hour, someone who's good and trustworthy and awesome. Find the person, interview them, use my 5 things, on time, integrity, connect, references. They sound like they're good. Try them out. Give it a go. Let's make something happen, right?
You make it sound pretty easy.
Yeah, but that's how easy it is in my mind.
It is easy.
I know that though.
It is easy.
But I know for you, there's these things like, wait, what if?
Don't get stuck in the mechanics.
Well, and listen, some of you are like, I need to know everything before I do anything. You're out. This is not gonna work. You've got to take action and make things happen. I love to paint myself in a corner. I won three cleaning jobs and cleaning starts in 2 weeks. I need someone right now. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm now gonna go and find it. Here's what I've learned. If you can sell, can you trust yourself to fulfill and do a good job?
Absolutely.
I believe that you will. So hold up to the promise of your name and your integrity by finding someone that will do a good job. And then make sure that you get some photos or pictures or talk to the client, see how they felt about it. Maybe you'd show up for the first or what, like do something to make sure you can feel good about the person and the work that's being done. Make sure it's being done to your quality. Once you feel good about it, now start boom, 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 set it and just get it rocking and rolling. You guys are going to ask questions. What if the person you hire steals jewelry from their house, right? Like, what do I do then? There's going to be a million negative what ifs in every line of business. You got to use common sense. You got to ask good questions. You will take some risks. I'm going to tell you that right now. But that's a part of getting ahead. If there was no risks, then everyone would be doing it. And there's a reason why nobody is. Okay, listen, here's your homework. And then we're going to do some Q&A. Okay, Luke, have you saved up some awesome questions? Okay, so guys, real quick. Number 1, get on Facebook. Number 2, get your ads up to date. And I want to see, we're going to have some kind of bonus for someone that sells something by Thursday. But on Thursday, I want you guys to have your ads on because we're going to announce a huge contest and a huge cash prize. I've never done this before. I'm so excited about it. During the next 90 days, I want to challenge you to blow your mind with possibility. You're going to want to be on the mastermind on Thursday at noon. The link is already in your membership portal, so you can join Nick and I for that. We're going to be talking about how do you do this at a 7-figure level Today, we've been talking about foundations. We want to give you the big vision and find out how hungry some of you are. And then lastly, my next event is in August. Ignite Your Business Genius. You're going to want to be there. There's details on your membership portal for how you register for that. You have $3,000 worth, 2 tickets, you and a guest to actually come. And here's my promise. I already know what I'm going to be teaching you there. You're going to walk away from that 4-day event with such an amazing mental state and mindset. And you're going to have all of the habits and tricks that you need for literally doubling, tripling, and quadrupling income, that's the only thing that excites me. Listen, if you want to make a couple $1,000s a month, yay for you. I'm glad that we can do that for you. That does not jazz me at all. If that serves your need, awesome. I want people that want to do something game-changing that just freaking pops your eyeballs out, knocks your socks off. And so Thursday, we're going to talk about how you get crazy aggressive. Will you take action today by getting your leads turned on and just in the least the sod leads, but get the other ones up and going? You're going to say, but Chris, I'm going to wait for someone to figure out how to connect on the deck stuff. Just get yourself in there and start making it happen, hustler. That's what we're asking you to do. Listen, let's open up for some Q&A. We'll bring today to an end. Next Monday, we're going to be going deeper on automation. We're going to do some strategies and have a lot more interaction with each other.
Real quick, I want to clarify so everyone knows the upcoming trainings. Thursday, there's the mastermind.
Thursday, there's the mastermind at noon.
Nick,
It's a one-time only.
Yep, on the Facebook group, we've talked about doing a live, hands-on, kind of an audit type situation, live Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard.
Yeah,
Is
guys,
that a standing every Wednesday?
We're going to do that standing right now.
And guys, and the biggest thing you can do is just be active on the Facebook for asking your questions.
We're on there all day.
Yeah, awesome. All right, and then obviously we've got 3 big trainings the next following Mondays. They will not be as long as this, but they will give you everything that you need to rock it out. So, Luke, questions?
Okay, best way to find a contractor.
Okay.
Indeed.com.
Indeed is really good for finding contractors. Facebook Marketplace,
Facebook yard sale groups. Craigslist. Super easy.
Yeah.
Just post.
Guys, in your area, there's classifieds. Look up what the classifieds are, and there's always work wanted. Indeed is really great for posting a very simple, basic resume.
You can post a free job on Indeed, and you'll have 12 applications in 2 hours.
And guys, here's what we're asking you to do on this Facebook group. When you're doing things that are working, what we want you to do is, like, if you post an ad and you're like, oh my gosh, I found 38 people that want work, like, copy and paste and share that to the Facebook group and say, hey, this worked for me, or does someone have something like this that's working? Mm-hmm. Within 30 days, we are collectively going to get crazy ninja smart as we do this.
Let's get $1 million.
Yeah, well, in 6 months,
man.
I want to see $100 million worth of business circulate, guys. We want to go nuts with this, and you're the ones that we are really growing this with. So I'm depending on you to really push the boundaries of what's possible and celebrate your successes and help you figure it out when it's not working.
Are we collecting down payments?
Absolutely. So not every job requires a down payment. House cleaning, I would get a signed contract. In the contract, I would say, if you cancel the contract 8 months in, we're also charging you for the first month.
Yep.
But on that one, I probably wouldn't take any money. A deck, you have to take money. There's material. Sod, same thing.
You got to collect the amount for materials. Sod, collect the amount of money for materials.
Use like Square.com, Venmo, use whatever you want, just collect money.
Yep. So guys, are you, like, some of you are going to get, like, you're going to nerd out on things like, do I need a CRM? Wait for later training. You're going to ask questions like, how do I collect money? Guys, Venmo, there's stupid simple ways of being able to do that. You're going to have, you're going to have questions like, what's the contract that I should use for house cleaning? We don't have one. Just look up house cleaning contracts. Mary Maids, Molly Maids, they have these things. Like,
they already exist. There's templates everywhere.
Modify. This is what hustle means. It just means go make it happen. The most valuable thing that you can get out of this is to stop waiting and to start acting. This business is simple enough. It's really hard to screw up. We've shown you the major points where you've got to be careful. Other than that, it's just time to go and haul. Next question.
You've just covered up. People are asking about contracts.
Contractors, money.
How to guarantee a contractor does all that.
Yes, yeah. And so, by the way, if you were outsourcing to someone like on a deck, let them carry the liability on their guarantee, right? If you're going to be doing the house cleaning yourself, then yeah, you got to try to provide some assurances. Now, do you need to set up a business and set up an insurance? Eventually, you're going to set up some of those things. Right now, guys, You're collecting some money to go and make something like a simple task happen that someone just doesn't want done themselves. Those details, they really honestly do work themselves out. You are responsible for everything that happens. There's 130 of you watching this. For some of you, there's something bad that could happen to one of you. One of you could say, oh my gosh, I did my first job. I did my numbers wrong, and I'm out of pocket $500. What should I do? Learn. It's a cheap lesson. It's a sucky lesson. But guess what? It's actually how you just rise up and make it happen. Here's what I love about this business the most. It's so easy to tap into common sense to make something happen that there's a way to act now. I also love that the exposure is tiny. You're not going to get a multi-million-dollar class action lawsuit because the saw job took an extra day and the client was unhappy because they really wanted to have their pool party on Thursday instead of Friday. Guys, these are some of the things that you'll learn, and you're going to hustle through it. We're going to collectively learn together. And this stuff is simple enough. You can figure this out. With our help, we can figure out anything at this level of business. And the most important thing is for you to learn how to become a master broker. So I'm going to tell you right now that your first 10 jobs will teach you more than your first 100 jobs. So what I need you to do is get out there and get your first 10 jobs done so that you can start becoming that powerful hustler, that broker of business projects, and start mastering a niche, and then a second, and then a fifth, and then an eighth. And other than that, guys, it doesn't look like we have any other questions. So bring it to Facebook. Last thing I'm going to share, Thursday's mastermind, you're going to want to be there live. I'm going to really pull you in behind the scenes and talk about how you do this at a 7-figure level and how you do it hands off. If you know anything about me, I love systems. And my favorite systems do not require me to work. So I'm always working to the immediate end of someone else doing the rest of the work for life. Most people do not know how to think that way. So I'm going to really break it down with Nick exactly how I've been able to do that. Because some of you, it is stupid how easy that you're going to figure this out and make this in your future. Guys, I'm pumped for you. I'm excited for you. Thank you for joining me and Trent and Nick. We're going to be joining you next Monday. We're going to join you this Thursday. You got Nick on Wednesday. The next 30 days is about hustling, learning, and growing. And some of you in this group, you're going to immediately start soaring to making thousands and thousands of dollars a month. Some of you are going to go far beyond that. And some of you are going to be tickled pink for an extra $500 a week. So you get to play at the level that you want, and the sky is really the limit on this one. When you do get serious about wanting to play at a bigger level, I do want you to know we started you off with the 3 hustles that we feel strongest about at this entry level. And I want you to know that coming back and reinvesting will open you up to more hustles, more gigs, more opportunities. You're always welcome to reach out when you feel like it's time and ready for you to do that. But really, goal number 1 is make your money back. Goal number 2 is to start making thousands of dollars. And goal number 3 is set some of that aside so that you can upgrade and actually expand into a wicked, awesome, powerful empire. So guys, 7-figure hustle, great job on week number 1. I know that we went 2.5 hours strong on day 1 today, but trust me, you got what you need to freaking blaze. It's time to freaking light it up and hustle. See you guys. Take care.